just like a low life type fuck.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Man, you got no future in them fuck.
So you ain't, when you see them, you ain't think about like,
Police, Babylon, who are wrong.
yeah, that's why you
none of
take
that
me
fuck.
through.
Nah.
I ain't see for myself. I
Yeah.
don't know who see it, but I want you take me through
Yeah.
that event.
Yeah,
And
well,
how that transpired, and how, like what your mind was like. And the other children in the plaza,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like that,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
okay. So it wasn't like I run up and just start busting shot crazy.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Them man was sitting down like along the wall by in front of a store. So you coming from high school, you going on the plaza, them man gonna be on my left hand side.
Right.
You know Bo Peepers
Yeah.
and all of them man on the left hand side. So I walking straight, and another thing what trigger me even more is that man start laughing.
Right.
Yeah, man start laughing at me like they got a really clock, man. They start laughing at me. So what the fuck I see there?
Just need a big bag, I'ma get it so fast, I'm so fast. And when I get that money, I'ma make that last. Caribbean currency, we make that money last. We make it last. I just need a big bag, I'ma get it fast, get it fast. I just need a big bag. I just need a big bag.
Welcome to another episode of Caribbean Currency. I'm your host, Shredman. This is my co-host, Kyle. We have Sony on the ones and twos and Cody behind the camera. And today, we have a special guest, Kishawnie Henry, a.k.a. Billy Blasta, entrepreneur, author.
Best-selling author.
Best-selling author?
Dark Paradise. The
You read a
best-selling.
book?
Yeah, man, I read a book.
When you read the book, when it first come out?
Yeah, when it first come out.
Me too.
So,
You see any similarities in the book? Like anything on like,
yeah, a lot of art.
might try hide it, you know.
Yeah. Oh, like,
You
you
try-
ever say something you familiar?
and then I was like, this story really laugh.
he
You check,
he
you
throw
train
little
a little,
thing in
like a
there,
little thing to like
mix
show
us
it
up.
off.
Yeah, like
Before you
that.
telling people them
Like,
exactly
what
what
going on.
You check.
Yeah.
I keep them guessing. I keep them guessing, keep on your toes.
Hey,
Dark Paradise out now and all sources, Amazon, wherever else you can find this thing, brother. Where you can find this
On my
thing?
website
Your
as
website?
well.
What's the website?
Carib code.
Carib code.
www.caribcode.equid.com.
Boom. That link
Yes,
will
we
show up
can
on the
find-
screen for
hey,
you.
this
Yeah,
interview
find it.
long in the making. You know.
Yeah.
Before we even had a show, podcast, or anything, we were supposed to been link up,
Yeah.
been talk the vibes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But since he's a big homie, you could like style him out. You know what I mean? Just cool, man.
Yeah,
you know, I used to tell you, let we build the thing up first so that we could get a proper shine. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
And finally, it happened after like 2-3 delays.
Yeah, man,
You
for
missed
sure.
couple miscommunication.
I understand the process. So.
Yeah.
I was patient and ready to,
Yeah,
willing
yeah.
to wait.
Appreciate your patience, brother. But we here now. So, what you want we refer to you as? Kishawnie, Billy Blasta, but we know you as Bubbles.
We know him as
What you
Bubbles.
want we talk refer to you as?
Check. The man went
Blasta.
corporate on us.
You gotta switch it up. You know what I mean?
switch it up, yeah.
Yeah, man, corporate talking.
For sure.
But I want to give a disclaimer before we even start.
Go ahead.
In no way, form, or fashion am I promoting violence or condoning violence.
Yes.
With this book, I just telling a story.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? I feel my apologies to the innocent victims of this era.
Yeah.
That they may this may have triggered, but shit about to get real.
Definitely.
Definitely.
Again, Dark Paradise. So we talking about a book, and I mean, like my boy just saying the disclaimer, we ain't promoting no badness, we ain't promoting none of that. We just talking about a book and the history.
Well, yeah, and it's all about being real, right?
Exactly.
About what really happened. Because
Exactly.
if you don't talk about, especially from in them times, like if you don't talk about what really happened and how it really happened, then you can't make the necessary changes to move forward.
Definitely.
As an individual and as a society. You know?
Facts.
So it's not like we telling a story or we even going back and revisiting it because we looking views or we want, to glamorize something. These things really happen to real people in the community, you know what I mean? And it have to be said
Definitely.
in order for us to learn from it. And, Billy Blasta got an interesting story, you know what I mean? Especially, and we're going to go through that because I know you're one of the first generation that come up You know, like our parents were introduced to the cocaine, gun, crack era. It escalated in their time, but then we are sons and daughters of that first generation. Who them man they had no resources. They didn't know what crack was doing. It was like it's like today when a man trying Mali or when a man trying you know pills and them things like it cool, right? So back then, you know what I mean, using cocaine and using crack cocaine was, you know, nobody didn't know it was going to be so
detrimental.
you know what I mean? And so talk about coming up. Like, well, you know, I feel like they're going to say we're homos if we say like you come up in the ghetto. You know what I mean? But anybody welcome from any other hoods if you really have a story to tell, tell us. We just happen.
I just happen to be the forefront of the ghettos, telling a story about the ghettos. And,
you know
what I mean? And that era. Because this type of story could be told for a man from Bovoni, West Valley, Wrong the Field, every place. You know what I mean? Because everybody's have a similar story.
Definitely.
Because that era itself, where I would say what really get that era really turned up were two things: Hurricane Hugo and crack cocaine.
Right.
So why Hurricane Hugo?
When Hurricane Hugo come, it devastated the island. So you had a lot of men who were nobodies, pretty much became somebody. They become done like Hugo make me done. You know what I mean? So a lot of men decided becoming done. A lot of men had access to jewelry, valise, clothes. So they were able to sell wherever the resources that they had to other than man and everybody coming together and you know what I mean, making money, crack moving, drugs moving. I mean the product moving wherever they had. So all them things so pretty much add to the detriment of the islands, being that a lot of street men were running things wrong them time.
Right.
And a lot of street men running things, money were wrong, drugs are wrong. So it was a big thing that pretty much a lot of people fell victim to.
You know, and not to make excuses for anybody, right? In them times, you could look back and you could say, this street man should be held accountable, or you are destroying your community, and these things, right? First of all, these people that we're thinking about, they were actually youth. When you talk about them, you think there's a 35 when they're doing this thing. You know, these man is 19, 20, 21, hundreds of thousands, or if not millions of dollars. You know what I mean? So there's youth. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And then on top of that, nobody, if you've never been through it before, never been done before, you don't know. You know, that's like selling weed. You know what I mean? Or you could see like weed ain't really that detrimental to the community, if not, probably not at all, but they didn't know dabbling in this thing ever going to be any different from weed. You know what I mean? Exactly. So to hold them accountable to the sense like they deliberately try to they deliberately try to survive.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And it had after effects, and I don't even think no man that I know from that era that glorify it. Never talk to a man that sit down and talk about his heyday like it was some glamorous time. You know what I mean? That man I look back in and I won't say regret, but I look back and think about like, you know, like damn. You know what I mean? It really had an effect on them because it's their parents and their cousins and brothers, and it ain't like we live in Atlanta and somebody way on the outside we don't know getting affected. So I sure it affected them man too, but again, you know, growing up in them circumstances, I think most people were just thinking, how am I going to survive and how am I going to live comfortably and you know what I mean, and feed my family. You know what I mean?
Because a lot of them were street man, so they really had the education to really move forward, and a lot of them really didn't care to be in the, you know what I mean, school system.
Like think about it, like I in the school system, I gotta sit down, go college, do all this, and I gotta wait another 4 maybe. So after I graduated from high school, I gotta wait 4 more years to get a degree. And then after I get my degree, I still gotta wait another 4 years to get experience. I could get a good job. When my cousin here saying, my boy, I get this thing here, right? Making me this right now. Like, how you gonna go against that? How you gonna be like, in them times? When your mother, you know, like, bill do, rent do, man, you could only barely, you know what I mean, cover the bills. Hey, it was no brainer back then, you know what I mean?
It was no brainer.
Definitely.
So take us into your world coming up in the ghettos in them times, that kind of, you know, And you have man in the ghettos, they ain't get let down a wrong part. I don't think anybody was led down a
It
wrong
wasn't
part.
nothing about being led.
I think
Choices.
it's just
Just
choices.
product of your
You know what I mean?
environment too. you
Choices.
I don't remember no street man
Leading
recruiting
me,
me
exactly.
or leading me to do nothing. You know what I mean? Like
jumping me in and then fuck.
Yeah,
Nah,
no, none of that. You know what I mean?
we went through that.
Decisions, you know what I mean?
Choices.
Decisions.
More time. I think it was like they might bless you with something so you could make a change, and then in that day something else might come out of that day when you start to make a change. But I don't think none of them wanted anything negative for us. But tell us about them times coming up. You know?
Yeah, well, my stories, I from ghettos. My father was a street man, so, and that's how the name Billy Blasta came about. So, my father was a street man in a hustler. The hustler them I look up to, they were looking up to my father.
Right.
So my father was out in the streets at a young age. So, I came up pretty much under him. So his name was Blasta, and the name Billy Blasta come from the way kind of fast forwarding a little bit. So let me slow down a little bit. Let me slow down a little bit. So I come up in the ghetto with my father being a drug dealer and going to prison at a young age. So imagine you going to school and you seeing your father in the front page at the newspaper handcuffed with other drug man going to prison. So stuff like that would affect a youth. But even though I would see those type of things, it still would intrigue me to want to be a part of that environment.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just coming up, wanting to have my own, wanting to be, and the people in my around, we all have the same mentality. So we are pretty much with either hustle or rob to get to that next level. Yeah. So want to stand out and be pretty much the man that we've seen growing up in our environment. We've seen the jewelry, we've seen nice cars and everything. So we definitely want to acquire those things too. Yeah. So as a youth, you pretty much try to do whatever you can to obtain those things. And unfortunately, drugs and robbing and the negative aspect of the hood is what pretty much going to come with that. So I started indulging with pretty much robbery at first. You know what I mean? Just pretty much thieving. When you're young, you Pueblo, you thief, you're little. Wherever I was hiding from Pat Spoon, chasing you, try to catch you from robbing. So we just start out pretty much robbing the little grocery store and then start robbing tourists, start getting because the tourists then were so accessible to us, and it was such an easy task to do because they right in front of us, the hood right there. We run across the street, do an act, run back in the hood and just blend in. And when police come in, they know who they're looking for. I sit there right next to my partner or some girl or something who done in the hood already. So we just sit down next to them and just start talking, holding a regular conversation. We just got change clothes or nothing. You know what I mean? So stuff like that we would do. And then eventually, how I start hustling is that one of my partner them used to run with some of the heavy hitters in the hood. So somebody in his household used to smoke oil or crack, used to do crack. So when the man go and eat and he gain part of wherever he gained from the eat, he couldn't take it back to his house. Because whoever in the house would smoke, he fuck. So I used to be holding.
You were holding stash.
I used to be holding the aisle, holding guns and stuff. So one time when my apartment was, it was like the shot stop to the turf. So a lot of paramount coming from the shack or from Pueblo, going to the turf. So I said, man, I get this walk here. These man walking back and forth. I go shot stop these man. I go shot stop these man.
Let me cut them off before they make it to the big turf.
Let me cut them off before they make it to the turf. I seen a potential here. Yeah. So I start talking to sorting at them paraman and like start showing them like, okay, this why I get here. And then them are like, yeah, man, let me see what going on. So
at a point you just supposed to be holding it though.
Yeah, I just holding it.
Raise it to like
but he had to raise it to do nothing. It's like after you don't start doing it, I tell my partner, you listen, no, he busting down this thing, you know. And he like, well, yeah, do you gotta do. I say, all right, cool. So he went no sugar at all. Nah, he went no vibe at all. So when I start stopping them paramount from going to the top. So that's why I start hustling. And I had like a dedicated paraman who were like the best paraman at Yokowa at that time.
Yeah.
Because the man, he were like ex-military.
Yeah.
He don't get torn out, he shell shock.
Yeah.
But he and this thing, so it may fault that he already done turned out that he want bun and I get the product. So this man just start. So he used to live in the building behind me. So every time he going to the turf, back and forth. So I stop he too. So I start telling him, like, listen, I get this thing here, let's work it out. He used to trust me a lot. Well, he used to trust he a lot. Trust a lot at him because I knew he gonna check to the first of the month.
Right.
So this man coming first of the month, deliberately bringing the money, dedicated, bringing the money. So I like, okay, well, all I need is just you alone. Yeah, I mean, I be running behind, running up and down the street, and me need all that. Plus, I was working a regular job too as a man. Right. I want to work because I like a steady paycheck.
Right.
I like money in my pocket all the time. I want to make sure I always have funds.
Yeah.
Right.
How old you was around this time?
I was 15.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Imagine
15.
in these times, right?
Oh, 15,
Man that get introduced to selling drugs with weed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you start off with I.
Like telling
I
you.
would tell a man
Absolutely.
that, I like a lot of man in the ghettos only start selling weed later on in life. After these man start off learning the trade straight from crack. Which were kind of like, I feel like at that time ghettos were like a crack central.
Probably.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was like a hub.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like at 15, so then you were dealing with the vet that was shell shock, and you were saying like he used to come check you every first of the month. 15 years old.
Yeah.
So you at a point in like somebody hearing this right now, right? Might be like, oh, he's such a detriment to the community. At 15, bro.
Yeah, he's a child.
What exactly? You're a whole
a child.
child.
Yep.
What responsibility you have?
Yeah,
Like
yep.
how you could put that type of weight on a
Exactly.
15-year-old to do something that's responsible. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like my
exactly.
son is 15 right now.
Yeah.
I can't even trust him leave the house and leave home by himself.
Right.
You check? So
Yeah.
like it's just to just echo the survival factor of it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like this thing happening, bro.
Yeah.
No,
It happening.
happening,
If
yeah,
that if that vet ain't coming to you,
You going to
he
somebody
gain
else.
over there
Yeah.
at that
Right.
point in time.
that point,
You
yeah.
check, so you can't really is hindsight 2020 is easy for us to sit back here now and be like, oh, this head and this is what a car's this head.
Yeah.
But in them time, man, you really ain't had no choice.
Look, people suffering now in 2024. Can't get electricity, wages low.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you have re-sufferation in a place. You know?
Definitely.
And I ain't saying that, but you have to be able to understand that if you get re-sufferation in a place now in your time, the sufferation in them time
Exactly.
were
Were
worse.
worse.
And if these youth seen opportunity to stem the tide, man, we drowning in bills. I
Exactly.
could carry my own pocket. I could
Definitely.
handle myself and ease that pressure. What you think a son going to try to do?
Exactly.
His mentality going to be like, well, I'm going to try to ease that pressure. My father in jail, my mother out there.
Exactly.
Let me ease that pressure. You know what I mean? At 15.
At 15.
Yeah.
So 15, they kick off the porch.
Yeah, off
Well,
the
you have to leave the porch because you're a man.
My right around the car.
Yeah, right around the car.
Yeah, we have to
So you were
put
only
that
dealing with a vet. You didn't like.
Yeah,
how that-
I had another man too, but he telling me he was a problem, man. He was telling me that my rack them too small. Them man in the top get bigger rack than what I get. I said, well, you gotta keep going on the top then because me,
Yeah, getting a bigger rack.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I still learn this thing and
Yeah.
I try to squeeze off as much half a little half ounce I walking with to come up a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why. But it goes like you say, it goes to show at 15, our mental capacity at that time too. It's so minor that we can't really wasn't really expanded and exposed to like you say responsibilities of okay, this is what we're doing to the community. We may be hurting. We may be hurting them, and some of our family members hurting as well because they on the aisle as well too.
Right.
They on crack too. So. It was just a crazy cycle.
It's just
man.
a time, bro. Just an era, man.
Yeah,
You know?
it was a crazy cycle.
Really and
man.
truly.
Yeah. So now you graduate from that little half ounce.
Yeah.
And it's like when you're young, you're fighting. How it start to escalate? How it start to like build into bubbles?
Me personally, I wouldn't say I elevate to a big kingpin status,
Right.
nothing like that. Nah, because I remember I got shot when I was 17.
Right.
Damn.
So I really get shot when I was still young in the game.
Right.
So at that time, between the time frame from when I first start hustling and when I get shot, I was still, just hustling minimal and still working and still being me, as well, still being like a child in high school. You know what I mean? Still adapting to life, still going through different emotions and different, just going through things in life at that time. So when so after about, when I was 16, we getting into different beef with different crew and different man, and we fighting and kind of shoot out and kind of fuck what going on in between that time. And like I said, it's 15, 16. So we don't realize the amount of trauma, you know what I mean, that we have as youths.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mental trauma, physical trauma. That we just don't grasp it until we like older. Like it's like as I got older is when I really started grasping like emotions and mental trauma and stuff like that. But so after how I end up getting shot is what we went. The story start is that he had a fight right outside high school. So one of my partner them end up getting stabbed, right? So another one of my partner them were running. One of the do them from around the field down the avenue.
Right.
So my partner running, he down with a knife. So I see, so we walking going home. So it's from the corner, I see this man running coming down the street. So my partner like, hold he. So I just natural instinct. I just turn around and just try grab the man, but then he get away like, what? Me said, no, what the fuck going on?
Yeah.
I just get myself involved in a fuck. Me said really had nothing to do with it. You check? So I say, all right. So, but I know these man ain't gonna just lead a fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the next day I say, all right, cool. So I gonna get in a fuck. So we gear up. I mean, we in school with tool, with knife, every fuck. And it's so crazy. The same day we in the classroom with our tool, the teacher preaching like, you gotta stop this violence out here, and we gotta come together, and the life is precious, and you know what I mean? So we feeling like the teacher gonna search the class or something. Fuck no, man. So we look at me and the blade, my boy Blade is who had a tool in the bag. So I look at Blade look at me like we need to bust out. We need to get out of this classroom or something. Fuck man, because she moving a little suspect.
She know again, you know?
Yeah, she know
Man,
again,
high
man.
school, man. High school, a gun. You got a gun in high school.
In high school.
You know, in this time, and I mean to cut you off, but in this time, when you see things happening so brazenly, and you see a lot of people say, oh God, what happened to the Virgin Islands? And in my mind, I'd be like, happening, this been happening. Like, what you was?
They're delusional.
You know what I mean? Like, what you mean, like, it just started happening, like, by that, and it's crazy because some people first mindset of a school shooting is Columbine.
Yeah.
My first mindset of a school shooting is Bobo school shooting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like where I either be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We live in two different worlds in the Virgin Islands that you like for my entire life I see violence.
Exactly.
It ain't going bad, no.
Yeah.
It just it's like par for the course.
No,
You know what I mean? It's expected.
Normal,
You know what I mean? It shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't feel like that. You know what I mean? It shouldn't be like that. But I don't, how people are talk about this generation when they're seeing things, it's like, you grew up in a generation that might have been worse. You know?
Yeah, man. Yes.
How you talking about
ruthless.
these youth?
Yeah, man.
You grew up in a generation that might have been worse, more brazen, more, you know what I mean? So,
The delusion.
Just hearing you talk about it and just thinking about in high school, in class with a gun. You know what I mean? AKA tool.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? He a little dated. So I just go, I know what a tool is. Not a wrench. You understand? You know, like
a ratchet.
yeah, there you go. You know how it is. Right, go ahead.
See you in the classroom and I will game bomb. You can't teach her like she talking directly to her.
Directly to we, man. So we getting bummy. So we look at each other like, he like, nah, cool up, man. She ain't gonna do nothing. So we just let she, and I'm not searching or whatever, not calling security, whatever. But she just giving the preach.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it was something that we needed to hear at the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But we weren't listening.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We just into what we into.
Yeah.
So we weren't listening to anybody preaching or telling us to go the right path because we so focused on the negative and the bad parts. You know what I mean? So when so after that, well, when we going home, so said so be done, the man try roll and we. So Bana back a knife on me. So I back my knife as well too. But as a man, me trying to get stabbed, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, me trying to get stabbed, so I just back my knife and I stand my ground. But if you come forward, you know what I mean, it had to go down. So
Right.
it just end up ain't happening. I just back off because, like I say, it ain't had nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I like, man, let me just leave this fuck alone.
Yeah.
But them man ain't want to leave it alone.
Yeah.
You
Right.
check? Because them man trying on ranks, probably half of me or something. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So next vibe happened is that after that, the same man them again, you know, I see, when we went to a jam, what the jam was? Nicky D's, I want to believe, you know. So a partner of mine, the man behind me, you know, and my partner was sitting on the stage up front. And he see the man get a blade out behind me. So he come and whisper in me, yo, that man got a knife behind you. So I bust off. I said, well, okay, let me go outside. So I walk outside. And I see another partner from the hood. So I say, yeah, he going to defend. So as soon as the man come by the door, I ball up my fist, ready to go in. And this man, you know, man turn back around. This is what kind of joke you fucking say? Like, the man try to catch you off guard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you want to face them straight up,
they
back. I say, man, this man ain't want no problems at all, man. So now, pass again now. So now, the night of the whole fuck, when the man jumped me, was to a party up Bluebirds. So I used to start showing a party. Me and a couple of partners went up there. And I guess one of them man gained a vibe with a Ola head from the hood. So them man went and recruit the whole team, pretty much. Me, you know what going on. Me and my other partner, we just coming up to the party. So I sit down on the bench, like, when them man were deep, like at least 20 of them man come up there, right? So I guess when a man point me out, guys, the man don't have a vendetta for me, so I was expecting it. But me, in my head, in my mind, I always had it in my subconscious mind that if this man play around me, right, I go knock off everybody head. Because me ain't gonna play with them man don't know me, and they don't know how far I'll take it.
Yeah.
But them man going still try. So I say, okay, I cool on the bench. Then the man like point man and look one of them man there. So the man roll on me, start butting me and blooding me, like jump me now. I mean, like they beat me like a dog once. I say, we ain't no tool on me or nothing like that. No gun on me. So
You know?
So I just bust off. I say, what? And like, this another fight for another day, man. Me, the man, you know, telling what that man would do to me. So next day, probably the next day, I see the man, like, and this is what fast forward to the day when we had, another day, I had a gun in class at school as well. So I went to school with my two legs, my son, I go mash these man up wherever I see these man. Because me ain't taking it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So just so happened, I was in Plaza, see that man, air that man out. Just one of them man run up behind me, shot me and ended up paralyzing me. So that's how I ended up getting paralyzed. But I can't blame partner for shooting me because if you run up on my partner them two and I get a drop on you, I gonna lay you down too.
So you in school.
Yeah.
This happened after school?
Yeah, after school.
Take me through that process after school.
Directly after school?
Just like how your mind was? Like,
My mind was-
when you see them do, like,
Yeah,
what
my
it was
mind was-
like a pride thing, it's an ego thing, it's like,
It was a anger thing.
right.
Yeah. That man just jump you and beat you
Yeah,
bad.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was an anger thing. Cause see with what hate them man, whatever hate them man had for me, turn it into me having anger towards them.
Right.
But in the long run, when anger take over, it will make you forget about love.
Right.
So the people that I really had love for me, I really wasn't thinking about them.
Right.
I really more focused on the people who I have anger for.
Right.
So and that's what really had me in the mind state that, man, I gonna really do this man something, because I was really, really angry at that time.
Yeah.
So you see them, you fire first.
Yeah, why not talking on them? Fuck.
They were in school as well.
Nah, them man were in the school. Them man were in the plaza.
Right.
Them man were.
I mean, like they
They
were
were school
going to
children,
school.
Nah, them man weren't going
They-
to school. Them man don't drop out and them fuck.
Right.
So them man were like,
And they coming up there every day looking for action with school, man.
yeah. Don't come. They look at there. Just like a low life type fuck.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Them man ain't
right.
got no future on them fuck.
So you ain't, when you see them, you ain't think about like,
Police, Babylon, who are wrong.
yeah, that's why you
none of
take
that
me
fuck.
through.
Nah.
I ain't see for myself. I
Yeah.
don't know who see it, but I want you take me through
Yeah,
that event.
it was.
And how that transpired, and how, like what your mind was like, and like, all that cheering in the plaza.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay, so it wasn't like I run up and just start busting shot crazy.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Them man was sitting down like along the wall by in front of a store. So you coming from high school, you going on the plaza, them man gonna be on my left hand side.
Right.
You know Bo Pepe's
Yeah.
and all of them man on the left hand side. So I walking straight, and another thing what trigger me even more is that man start laughing.
Right.
Yeah, man start laughing at me like they got a really clock, man. You know, start laughing at me. I said, what the fuck I see there? He said, you don't say, I ain't say no, I about to die.
Dead, yeah.
Man. I know about to die, man. He laughing.
Yeah.
Okay. So I just walk on to start laughing, just pull my fuck and just start airing them, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then, like I say, me and Wayne, like, I bust a bunch of crazy shot.
Yeah.
I want to do that, fuck. Me ain't trying to hit no body.
Body ends.
He innocent.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Like, he ain't had nothing to do
Yeah,
with it.
yeah,
Nah,
right.
I don't flex like that,
Yeah,
fuck at all.
yeah.
I will
Right.
come for who I come for.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I come for them. I really hit who I come for.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I was trying to bust off, and man, like I said, one of them man hit me from the back, and it just dropped.
Right.
And like, why? It was immediate. It was instant.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I lose my legs instantly, so I couldn't even move to get up and run around.
Yeah.
Nah, that fuck was instant.
Instant.
You know what I mean?
Them man hit you from
It's like
close
karma.
range, or you were from far? Like you
Close-
didn't see them coming.
Close
You didn't see
range,
that.
Nah, me seeing it coming
Right.
at all.
Right.
It's probably when I get shot twice. So when I get the first one and I like spin is when I see him in my peripheral.
Right.
So I spin and that's when I get hit the second one and then I drop. So
Yeah.
yeah, so that's
Everybody
what-
scattered. I mean, well, thank God they didn't walk over you and
Yeah, nah.
You know what I mean?
Nah, them money walk over me and that partner bust out because when my tool drop, another my partner pick up the tool and was trying to bust after he bought.
Yeah.
The tool were done empty.
Right.
So them man like ducking behind car and them fuck at each other, but partner end up busting off. So yeah, so
he ended up hitting who you come for.
Yeah.
What happened to he died or he survived?
He survived, he ended up getting paralyzed, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And the same, so two I get paralyzed at the
Yeah,
same
at
time.
the same time, yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That's
Right.
rough, man.
He got hit in his
crazy, yeah.
spine too?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, like instant karma.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That's
Yeah.
wild.
Crazy,
So-
man.
Yeah, so
Partner
like,
alive today?
Nah, I done passed, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
I done passed, so.
Right.
I mean, we dwell too much more,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah,
yeah.
We family and fuck.
Of course.
Yeah,
of
yeah,
course,
yeah,
of
yeah.
course.
tragic
Of course.
time still.
Yeah.
So so now after you on the floor, you notice you can't feel your legs.
Yeah.
What was going through your mind?
praying, mister. He started praying. he
You're busting your fucking white praying.
Yeah, man.
It's when that fire touch.
I say, yeah, man. You feel like he's like different.
Feel like he the different. Yeah,
man.
brother.
Yeah. You get hit twice in your back?
Nah, I get one in my chest and then one in my back. Actually, say I got a bullet in my spine.
Okay.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that man, the set of man you shoot at, they have fire back when you start firing.
Nah.
So the partner who hit you twice, once in your chest and once in your back.
Yeah.
The back shot happen first, and when you spin around, you catch the second one. Man, I mean,
he wasn't on that side. If he was on that side, he'd have get him can too.
Yeah.
So like three different men get shot.
Yeah.
Who were on that side.
Yeah.
The guy who I come for, he was on that side. You know what I mean? He was right in my vision. So everybody wasn't really paying attention to nobody else.
Right. Right.
So you laying on the ground, ambulance come, you bleeding, you praying.
Praying. Praying. And it's so crazy I wasn't praying man around that time. So
Yeah.
it just so happened, the Holy Spirit hit me. I start praying. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So and that might have been what saved my
Save
life.
you, yeah.
So in the hospital, like when you find out you are paralyzed,
My son in the ambulance, I guess, 'cause I didn't know what was going on with me. You know what I mean? I couldn't move, but I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
Yeah.
You were still conscious though?
Yeah, the whole time.
Yeah.
The whole time I was conscious.
Yeah.
And I'm walking, I'm in the ambulance, man talking to me. The whole time I still conscious.
Yeah.
So I looking around, I seen what going on. I seen them man on the ground, I seen every fuck. Seeing people battling, screaming, like I seen this fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I was conscious the whole time, so it was just a moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was definitely a moment.
When you get the official news that you are paralyzed, how did they hit you?
I really didn't know how to deal with it at the moment because I ain't known about you were paralyzed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I ain't really never heard that people are paralyzed. When I was younger and I around my father, I remember a dude being in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the tough and fuck, but I didn't know much about it. I never really talked to partner. So
Right.
I didn't know what I was like as a youth, so I didn't really know much about what was going on. So I had to get educated on what paralysis was and all of that. So that whole process was extreme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Yeah.
Different.
Yeah, being young, because you young.
Yeah, young.
Life
yeah.
ahead of you.
Ahead of you.
You know, boy, you could move.
Yeah,
you could, That's what you customer moving and shaking.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Customer moving and shaking, doing what you want.
Yeah.
But it's like my freedom get taken away in a sense. Like
Yeah.
I in prison, but me in prison.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I could still move around.
You had them
but-
dark days.
Yeah, a lot of dark days.
Yeah.
You end up
that
getting
is-
charged with anything?
Nah, me never getting charged.
Well, that's St. Thomas for you.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah, that police
crazy.
come on and see that say, well, it look like an evil. You know?
They learned the lesson.
Yeah, they learned their lesson. He paralyzed.
I go home.
It's a wash.
Yeah,
PIPD says a wash.
yeah.
You need to base any more resources here. Everybody look like everybody has stuff.
But that's how they fuck for real. See, I see him. Yeah, man, I see him. That's for real. Like, okay, it's a wash.
Yeah.
He get
It is a school. Shoot it and look at
man. Right, they like every fuck to me, son. Yeah, man.
Man says a wash, my son.
Thomas
No
says a wash.
investigation, nothing. Okay.
The only thing, one time I had I believe a lawyer call me. A detective call my phone, say he want to come have a conversation or something. So I had a lawyer at that time. So I just give my lawyer information. Me had nothing else after that.
That's
Right.
crazy.
Yeah, that was the end of it. Me had nothing after that.
That's wild.
So.
But you end up being successful at the end of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
And
what
lead
I call it a blessing in disguise.
Yeah. You lead a good life after it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? You write a book,
Yeah.
you're selling clothes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was ready to give guidance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, how you get to that point out of them dark days for my youth. I couldn't deal with it, you know.
Yeah.
Now I roll my
Bro,
wheelchair
talk
over
about
waterfront.
Scott.
Done with this.
Retarded.
I'm done with this fuck guy. I rolling like what?
Tight it, my fucking wheelchair got over.
What? No man, listen. Every time I see Bubble self-sufficient. At time I took us a car, we go by scars your baby, shower your check. I like, he can't reverse. You check, like you circle it.
I used to pulling up in the fucking handicap right in front of the base. So me not to park in regular parking. So it's like, what the fuck I got to look in the mirror, I got to fix me right. What the fuck? It's like looking wrong with the fucking handicap parking, man. Come you take up all the parking space then.
So you driving?
Yeah, man, driving.
Man, Bubble self-sufficient.
What happened is that I went to, after a year shot, I went to this place called Franklin Roosevelt Institute. So this is a place where the president, Franklin Roosevelt, he had polio.
Yeah.
So when he went to this place, he have a pool that he used to sit in, where he used to do his rehabilitation and everything, and it rejuvenated him from polio.
Yeah.
This is before he became president. So this place, he believed so much in this place and so much in this pool, he endorsed the place. So this place is like, it's like a college, rehab, everything all in one.
Yeah.
So once you go there, you get rehabilitation, you get this sign you up to school, everything. So when I went there, I started out doing therapy there. So I started doing therapy, then they enroll you into GED program. So I got my GED through the program. Then they enroll you in college as well too. So and all this time, so it's like you staying in dorms, and it's you around a bunch of people like with disabilities and people in wheelchair, and it like opened my eyes so much because
wall.
This whole different wall. Cause I never experienced anything like this. I've never seen like a lot of people like in wheelchairs all in one place. And people driving, people swimming, people. Hey, you were just amazed.
So how you make that transition from that was Half Island, right?
Yeah,
What part of was?
Georgia.
Okay, how you make that transition from being back in the hood, paralyzed in a wheelchair, to like who were instrumental in making that change happen?
Vocational rehab.
Okay.
We had a vocational rehab counselor that were bridging everything to get me over into this place because they have. I guess they have certain slots that were open to the Virginians as well too.
Okay.
Them that be the unsung heroes that I don't never.
Because brother,
flaws,
you could have stayed in a wheelchair and just without way.
Yep.
You check?
Yep.
Like you driving and all them fuck. Like if
man.
if them steps weren't taken after that, soon after that.
Yeah.
And then I'm sure they had like a lot of mental health facilities and stuff like people talk to you about.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like
You
that's
remember
a
the
big
vocational teacher name? Counselor?
Ruth Moore.
Ruth Moore. Big
Yeah,
up
Shout
Ruth
out
Moore,
to
man.
Miss Moore.
Yeah, Miss
You know what I
Moore.
mean?
Yeah, bless
Yeah.
Miss Moore.
Miss Moore.
Yeah,
Shout out Miss
Yes,
Moore.
Moore.
Them is
Small
unsung
local,
heroes.
Right.
And she was, man, she hold my hand all through the process.
Yeah. Right.
Years after, she's still
Checking
dealing
on
with me.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
man.
Years after.
That's wild,
She was
brother.
still dealing with me.
Because
Yeah,
you say in the ghettos, how much money we know in wheelchair in the ghettos, my boy? Maybe one or two.
No, I know two, and it's he and Skibao.
This is what he's saying. So like ain't that much. So
Right.
And Skibao happened after he, so he was the first for us.
So you probably
Yeah.
at a point in time feeling like what the fuck? This is my life right now.
Yeah, mister.
So you even know that these things possible
Possible,
for
exactly.
man that disabled. You check.
yeah.
So it could have been like it kind of giving me a feeling of like X-Men. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you out there, you ain't fitting in the wall, and then you go to this facility and these
Yeah.
men showing you like, yo,
Yep.
this is how it is. You could, still be functional in this wall, brother.
Yeah.
And that was real instrumental,
Yeah,
man.
man.
That was
Yeah.
real instrumental. I'm glad you were able to capitalize on that, brother.
Yeah, man.
And then, what I often say, like, you know, sometimes when you say one, you say two, sometimes you say the Virgin Islands full of haters or people who hold you back, and then people like Miss Moore show up.
Yeah,
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And just guide you into, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She ain't thinking about what you do and, not that she ain't holding you accountable for it, but she thinking about forward movement and how could help change this youth man life.
You
You know?
can't feel sorry for yourself when you're looking around and other man doing it. You wake up feeling sorry for yourself because you in a wheelchair and you see man that ain't got no arms or legs and these man out here.
Yeah.
You gotta snap out of it.
Snap
You
out
check?
of it full time. Yeah. And another thing too, what helped me through that process is that a lot of my partners will go in jail, dying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like I have
A second
it's
chance.
second chance.
Yeah.
Man, I still have life.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, I got partner just come home from doing 28 years in prison.
Damn.
I got partner doing life. I mean, I got partner just die. Like a lot of my stamping ground partner them dead off. You know what I mean? So I just look at it as a blessing in the sky.
Yeah, because you in a classroom with RZA with a tool.
Tool, exactly.
A
That's why I
ratchet.
really been one of them.
A wrench. You know what I mean? And God rest his soul. You know, I love RZA, you know what I mean?
Man,
So
I could
you could think about all of them things.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. I could have always been one of them statistics. So
Yeah.
I'd easy take it as a blessing in disguise.
So you end up doing college at the Roosevelt Institute too as well?
I started off doing college. From there, they used to had a bus take me to the college.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just start my educational process, man. Because I always like ignored in a sense, and I just didn't like no fucking classroom. I just couldn't sit still. Yeah, I mean in a classroom,
We just talk about
talk
that
about that
same
so much,
thing. When we were in
so
Cruz talking to Viale
Yeah.
about, cause you know he's an educator, so you know it's like
We gotta come up with different
we gotta come up with
ways.
different ways to
educate,
attack these youth mind. Cause it's not like these youth ain't smart.
And
They
they
just
ain't want alone.
yeah, just
Positive, they
how
want
you
to
presenting
know.
it to them.
You can't teach everybody
the same way.
You get 30
way,
different
you know?
personalities in one room, and you're trying to teach all 30 of them the
So
same.
then we have to ask ourselves,
Yep.
would Billy Blasta's situation had been different if he had alternative educational ways to, you know, he focus might have been different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because school in the current process could be redundant and boring, and some people need change. You know what I mean? Constant change in environment, in visuals to stay engaged.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's something to consider as well too. But you end up getting your education. How far you went with the college education?
I ended up finishing. Actually, I ended up getting a bachelor's in
Wow.
business.
Okay.
Man.
Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah, man. I end up seeing. So, like I said, I like to constantly learn in my brain.
Yeah.
I was going.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I always wanted to know the next thing.
Yeah.
That's why we're able to bring more progress in life, because I can't just sit still and just be like, okay, well, I depressed and everything. I don't know how to be like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how to function. I always gotta be learning. I always gotta be thinking about what the next move is. Okay, what the next move
is.
This what happened. Okay, how we gonna move forward?
That's
What
kind
the
of
next?
that's kind
I don't want to hear no,
team.
I don't want to hear no
Yeah,
complaining.
exactly.
I don't want to hear no
Yeah.
excuses. How we gonna fix this for?
Yeah, exactly.
Kylie grumble for 5 seconds.
And that's it.
Yeah.
That's
and
it.
snap out of it. All right,
Yeah,
let's fix this for.
I grumbling for 5 days.
Now
I
fuck pissing
stressing
your ass.
Kyle. Like, hey, B,
My
what
boy,
going
you're
on?
happy.
Man? Like,
We gonna fix it or we gonna talk about this?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, check.
Yeah.
So I with you on that, 1000%,
That's
brother.
right. Yeah, man.
I stewing on it. Like, I grass.
The fuck
like,
don't fix it though. And he
like,
still wants to
hey,
talk about
yeah.
it. Like, I don't walk off. I don't leave you over this, do it myself. No, man.
5 seconds for Kyle. Okay, what's the next? What's the solution here? What we going to You know what I mean? So that's good. That's a good, especially for you, because you know, have other people who went through the same situation don't have that.
And you know what's crazy and what's kind of sad, bro? Like, we could always sit here and be like, yo, if I didn't this and if I didn't die, I might it. But if you didn't go through what you had went through that day, who knows if you would have been in a situation where you'd have get your bachelor's, you'd have graduated. It would have been other dumb fuck.
Yeah,
You check?
exactly.
It would have been another
Man,
situation
so
with a
just say, let me
different
take your legs
settlement.
right now so I could save your life.
Life.
Yeah.
I said, did
I got to
that.
take these legs from you to save your life.
Hey, boy, that's how
I look at it.
Hey, boy, that's how life the work. That's how God the move that. God know I was about to do a dumb fuck, and he tell that teacher, tell them retard him or that's gonna say.
Send couple sign.
And then you're like,
Exactly.
nah, he ain't listening. All right, cool.
Yeah,
I need him here for what I have in store for him later. So let me just sit him down for a little bit. You check?
Look at it. That's why I say it's the best thing in the
telling you.
Beautiful sit down too, man, because
man.
you know you accomplished so much.
Productive sit down. You know what I mean?
Productive one.
Get a lot done, brother.
A lot done. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
A lot done. That man out here, that more, I guess, mobile and you can't even fucking do.
I have
Right.
no sympathy for people, able-bodied people. Are you? You see 25, you know.
telling you.
You see 25, you mother said, no, man, nah. None.
Yeah.
Nah, man,
no excuse.
No excuse.
I tell you.
Listen, I ain't no excuse,
I
man.
telling you, brother.
Because you doing it from here.
Yeah.
And you get way more opportunities.
Yeah.
And freedom.
Yes.
Yeah.
Man, come on, man.
This before we don't get no conversations, right? And I'd be like, yo, we gotta do this. Like I big in financial literacy, right? So I'd be like, yo, we shouldn't, like, why we out here broke?
Yeah,
we get access to all this fuck. Why we out here struggling?
Right.
I always say the only people I have, I guess, sympathy for is disabled people and single mothers with young children that don't have no other outlet. Anybody else?
Yeah.
I don't want to hear your
But
excuses,
the guy
man.
got to have disabled now because he
Yeah.
don't
And
debunk
he
that.
ain't a fuck with we.
Yeah, he ain't a fuck with we. So he ain't got no excuse for that. He like, motherfucker, parking in a disabled parking spot from now on. Because you ain't got no excuse. You better, yeah.
He ain't got no excuse.
Yeah.
He try it up.
Yeah, better wheelie up that wheelchair or something.
You do an excuse for how you
Yeah. But it's an inspiration, man. I mean, we could laugh about it now, but like I always been inspired by you, bro.
Yeah,
you
man.
know that already.
Thanks, man.
You know what I mean? And just how you recover from that process. I don't think about it all the time. Like, you know the crazy part about it is every time I sit down and think I can't move, I want to kill them people family. You check? But he ain't thinking like that. Me, I thinking like that for he.
Yeah,
like he family.
like we just say, you stewing and think.
That's me. I'd have been in that wheelchair looking at my legs every day. How we gonna kill these people? You check?
But that's a
Testament to he, man.
That's good, man.
Yeah,
That's
brother.
good.
Because what we gonna do? Hold on to this thing and just be depressed and fueled with anger again. The same anger that got us here.
Yeah, man.
Or we gonna free ourselves from that anger and
Yeah,
progress
man.
in life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly, man.
Proud of you, man.
exactly,
And then, you
man.
know, like I say, man, job set it so you have a story to inspire others in so many ways.
Definitely.
Not to go this direction, but even if you go this direction and survive it, it still have an opportunity for you to change course.
Yeah.
Not like Brian changed course, but, you know,
Jesus
change course. You know what I mean? I've been trying to shut in the dark, you know.
Listen, bro. He's a map man. He's a map man for years.
For years, that's a map man.
Yeah, what? Map is his
Map
boy.
is
Map,
my boy.
Map
Your
brazen.
son.
Map go speak
I
in my head
tell you,
and
listen.
make you uncomfortable, and he love that.
Yeah, that's the thing I love about Map. Map will speak in mind and you hold you accountable. And I feel like, not to get too political, I feel like that's part of the reason why he didn't
That's exactly what
get
he did,
reelected, because people soft. They don't want to be told like you're doing wrong. I don't want to be told I'm doing wrong, you know, but at the end of the day, if you're doing wrong and the people who you love telling you about it, what you going to do? Keep fighting it? What they telling you, fucker, they don't like you? These people love you. That. They're telling you like you're doing wrong. You check. So he was that type of guy, you know what I mean? And then be what you're supposed to be when you're supposed to be and do what you say you're going to do when you say you're going to do it, you know what I mean? And and it was, when I watching the election or even the campaign process, I noticing what people complain about. I don't like how he talk to me and I don't like how we do this. And it's like, you didn't want to tell these people why you had to get talked to like that? And then when you tell them, like, well, but he could have do it a different way. Yeah, but you in government, working government jobs that have the population lives at stake, and we got to come tell you things.
Exactly.
And now you upset that somebody telling you to work at 8:30 instead of 9:30 instead of wait, and then so now you're complaining about WAPA now. You know what I mean? So for me, before you start complaining about anything in this work, I say it all the time, start with yourself. When you start with yourself and fix yourself, then you can start telling people certain things you check. So that's why, not to get into the politics, but that's why I always admire Map. No, not to say every leader going to have, I'm a big Fidel Castro fan, bro. Of course, Fidel Castro have things that he's done that we may not want anybody to do. You know what I mean? But there's great qualities in a leader and how he led. You know what I mean? And I become a Castro fan for my mother and how she revere him. You know what I mean? So, and then when Mandela first come out, he went to see Castro. So I coming up as a black man, revering Mandela, and to see, he go to see Castro first, so that's reaffirming to me. Why the leader I respect God, see he first. Out of all the leaders in the world. You know what I mean? And then you start to dig in deep and see who people really is. But a lot of people, when people don't like you, they don't like you.
Don't like That's
It ain't matter what you do, no much good you do, they just don't like you. So how that transition was now, you know what I mean? You're on your feet, you complete college, and what the mindset was, family,
Man ain't on his feet doing. Come
But
on,
shit,
use a better
damn,
fucking.
Damn, man.
You didn't have to
Oh,
fucking say that, you know.
Jesus
You could have did that they roll.
Nah, because you know what I
It's
mean.
figurative. It's
I don't know if
figurative.
that was shot
No,
or
no,
what.
no,
He's
no,
subliminal
no.
like a fucking.
I
You know,
was
slide
not-
the fucking. You know, like come on,
I was
man. He's
not
slick
thinking
like
like
that,
that.
boy.
I
He's
am.
slick like that. Try slide that shot and
No.
no, my boy. I ain't having it. Use another fucking terminology.
You know what I mean? Yeah, he weaves grease. You check the moving. You check.
One thing get the man with direct. You could be on your dead bed, right? We gonna talk. We gonna talk.
The man said the wheels grease.
We could have leave it at your feet, but you went another road.
Yeah.
Everything rolling now.
Tell you, sir.
We're moving.
Everything in control.
Yeah, man,
Yeah.
start moving. Yeah.
Yeah. So like what like, you know,
After
and then
that-
you know, and I got to about everybody. What a lot of people don't understand, right, is that my life might change for the better, right? But then they still see me around a certain group of guys.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to explain to them the love I have for these guys. I might not be with them every day, but when I come home, I'm going to be on the corner with them because I actually grow with them. I know their mother, I know their father.
Exactly.
I mean here to like preach to them.
Yeah.
You just hope that how you move in might rub off on them, man,
inspiration.
and give them some inspiration, you know what I mean? But I think, how would that transition for you? Because all your part of them is bad, man. That's the thing. Yeah, like all of your part of them are not like fake bad man, you know? Like real.
Yeah.
How you balance that? Because they were still your partner them up to now. There's your partner that they can look for you lie with them, man. But you doing your, it's like Kyle.
Yeah.
You
But
check?
See, that's the thing is like how when I used to go back and forth from like rehab, I would come home. It was like when I went when rehab in Warm Springs. When I come home, it's like I coming home from a college break or something.
Yeah.
So when I come home and I home for like a couple months or a month or two, like you say, I still around the youngster them.
Yeah. Right.
So all this time when fuck going on, I still holding tool for man, I still holding sorting drugs and fuck for these man because these my partner. This is what I know.
Right.
This is what I grew up around. You know what I mean? So if a man going just come off a lick and telling me hold this down, and them man coming to my place after them man come off a lick, just hide from police or whatever. We just cool and have a regular conversation. It's like a normal thing. You know what I mean? It ain't nothing like, oh, the ordinary car. These is my boy that I grew up with. Right. So, like I said, but a lot of them man gone and things. So, what happened, what ended up happening, how I end up transition is that I end up becoming a family man in a sense too. I had a daughter. You know, we getting married and me becoming a family man and so.
So hold on real quick.
Yeah.
You paralyzed from the waist down or kind of girl them want to know?
Yeah.
He married.
Nah.
He married?
Ain't
He
married.
God.
Nah.
You married him?
Open season.
Okay.
Wheeze grease. Rolling stick.
Rolling.
Yeah. So
Finish the story.
And then the wheels grease fuck with so I gotta use that one day. So I ain't gonna lie. I gotta use that one day.
you check?
Yeah.
No bricks.
No break.
No bricks.
Like fuck.
Yes. One time.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you thought that family man?
Yeah. Yeah, what your question was. We leave out with your question.
No, I
He want to know how you cap that girl. That's what he want to know. You get youth and thing. That man out there running sprints can't get no youth.
Exactly.
Yeah, skipping, dunking ball, all kind of thing.
He's a blessed youth, man.
Yeah.
I just naturally blessed. I'm naturally blessed with conversation.
Right.
I'm blessed with looks. I'm blessed with
Right.
charisma. I'm blessed with character.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So, in only people with small minds, like females, I would say with small minds, wouldn't entertain even a conversation with me.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And then the females
you want
anyways.
yeah,
Exactly.
My point exactly.
Exactly.
So, or somebody in a wheelchair, or somebody with a disability.
Right.
So if like you said, they mean the people you want wrong you anyhow.
Exactly.
Right.
If they're gonna look down at you because of a disability, because they never know what they could learn or gain from you.
Yeah.
Just by having a conversation.
Yeah.
Or just being a friend.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
You never know where you grew from this.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
But I always been that type of person. I always been open-minded, been a friendly person. And you know what I mean? And an open book pretty much. So when I start having conversations and people have questions, I open to answer questions.
Yeah.
Right.
So, that's how that's why I build a lot of my relationships.
I feel.
Friend, whether it be friendships or romantically or not, but just being open.
How the family man life was like it was balance transitioning from the street into the strictly being a family man. It take some people think it happen overnight, you know.
Yeah.
It's like a gradual, glacial process sometimes.
I could say that, but I always had, like they say, 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
Right.
So I always would dabble, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do me because of the environment I come from.
Right.
But I would still maintain who I is as a man.
Right.
And the integrity I have and
Right.
character I have, I can still maintain it to a certain level to not be like an embarrassment to my family or anything like that. You know what I mean? So I would still maintain being who I am at the end of the day. And with that balance, your spouse gotta know who you is as well too.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, your spouse definitely gotta know who you is and be able to adapt to the person that you is.
Your spouse at the time play an integral part in your development as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. That growth, that's that partnership was a good way for me to grow as well too. You know what I mean? So it was.
Let me ask you this personal question.
Oh God. Oh God.
You cheat?
Nah.
You are faithful the whole time?
Yeah, man.
Because in my mind, the audacity for you to cheat, I know should have been like, you cheat. You really
Really rolling wrong here,
push
cheating.
on. Yeah, you.
I couldn't help it, man.
Hey, Bubbles! Bubbles! Girl is a dad for I want to know.
You set it up, but you show me that alley-oop, dad. You show me that alley-oop.
You some
You know the problem is, right?
I don't think
You're
that's
talking to
serious.
get to man, right? This conversation will never go straight, you know. It just that never go straight. It can't be serious, you know. Like, boy, slow down. Hey, slow down, you know. Slow down.
So you ain't cheat?
No,
Okay. Man ain't cheat.
Yes, first faithful man I ever meet in my life.
First faithful get to man
In
leave.
my life I ever meet there. I tell you, that boy be the best way to get a man not to cheat, paralyzed.
I tell you.
Yeah. If you are the 2 feet, you're dead.
Yeah, man. That's what they say. We the worst, man.
The man is the worst.
What?
I tell you. Hey, listen, no get a man go come to me to complain about a woman.
Oh,
You know.
Miss
Me want to hear that,
man,
boy.
yeah.
Yeah, you're doing the most. I know
Why?
for sure.
Why I think it is, man?
I don't know, bro.
Son, my son,
I don't know, man. I don't even think like. I think it's just I don't know.
It gotta
bro.
be like, because when we fresh off the porch, like, that's how, you know, like,
You know, I
really
feel,
and truly, no, but most ghetto man, most ghetto youth wasn't, they have a handful of them that try and be bad man.
Yeah.
But for the most part, we try and get girl and we try and
Yeah,
do
that's
it. We
another
try
thing,
and
it's like-
press the girl and
is it one thing I know with youth from in the ghetto is that it's like you gotta carry a certain level of confidence.
yeah.
And then the people learn before you how they moving.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
check
yeah,
who you're
adapt to
looking
that.
up to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They have a certain level of confidence. I tell people all the time, he could be in a Benz and I pull up on a pedal bike in slippers and
Yeah.
pull your girl, man.
yeah.
That's the mentality man have.
Yeah,
You check.
yeah,
Not
yeah,
like
yeah,
outwardly, but
Yeah.
in your mind it's like
Yeah.
me looking at what he have and thinking like, well, he got heap of chain and he got bad car and I have to get her to get a girl.
Nah, we
I
don't
just,
say-
all she gotta do is say hello.
Yeah.
Let me talk a little bit.
Yeah,
That's what get the man get. Give a gap.
Yeah, that conversation. We
Yeah.
had that conversation.
Big facts.
Yeah, me son.
Yeah, we'd definitely pull them in with
I'm
that
gonna talk you your
conversation.
tax check.
Out your food stuff.
Out your food. Yeah. Hey, I ain't glorifying it at all. I had to report the facts. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Let me talk about this book.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this book. Dark Paradise.
Dark Paradise.
When you read it, I read it on a plane. Remember I gave for you.
Yeah,
Matter of fact,
yeah.
I read it on my phone. I download. I didn't even have the hard copy at the time.
I think I read it on a plane, you know. I think
A
I
lot
read
of
mine
people
on a
read it
plane.
on a plane.
Yeah,
Good,
man.
it's a
I
good
read mine
read
on
on
a
a
Good
plane.
read,
plane.
man.
Yeah, I don't read books. Like
Yeah,
you.
he don't. Nah.
You know, Okal was the first book I
Okal was
read
the
in
first
a-
book,
like
yeah.
a long time.
Yeah.
But this one here, it was nice and short, and I read it.
Yeah,
I read
yeah.
it on the plane. You check?
Me ain't gonna lie, that book confused me.
This one, eh?
Yeah.
Because you know the
what
stuff,
they-
yeah,
yeah,
but
yeah,
then it's
yeah.
like, you check?
Yeah.
I had to tell myself, forget about what you know.
No,
Guys,
You check?
it's a
It's
fiction.
No,
That's it.
it's a loosely based fiction,
Okay.
fact fiction.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In a sense, you could say it like that. Like
yeah.
the character names change and certain situation
Yeah.
kind of change around a little bit, but like if you know what's going on, or if you've been around enough to hear enough what's going on, then you could kind of like pinpoint who the characters is. You know what I mean? But it was not written to glorify the characters, to say, oh, I know this man, I know that man. You know what I mean? It was kind of written to kind of give you the dark paradise.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's what I tell people. Like, I remember just meeting so much people in life and be like, Dad, we come from two different worlds. Matter of fact, you could live in the same community as me, and we still come from two different worlds.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it just have an underbelly to it that you just, for you, it's casual, like, oh, stop the violence and don't do that and don't do this. And then it's like, yeah, you think it's that easy to stop.
Yeah, man.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
exactly.
And I think people think that just by saying it, you'll stop it. But this is where Kyle come in now, with the financial literacy and being a can-do
Showing a
person,
different world.
is to show us
A
like,
different way.
yo, these people ain't coming
You
to
got
help
to
us, bro.
replace what we know with something else.
The how many time they come in and ask for a vote, they ain't coming to help
Yeah,
us.
Exactly.
You check? So
Hey,
Kyle mission was like, they ain't coming to help us.
We gotta help
I'll
ourselves.
teach you how to help yourself.
Yeah,
Come check me, you check?
Exactly.
Yeah,
I'm sure to get the power.
Definitely.
And it always been like that, but
Definitely.
so the dark paradise really and truly, that's what the book is really just kind of showing you, you know, like how certain things, you know, went on. It was a good read. I like it.
Why
It's a good
inspire?
read.
I mean, we pretty much know, but just in your words, why inspire the book? Why inspire you to say, you know what? I need to write a book.
I was in Adullam. You know what Adullam is? All right. So this is at a biblical level. Adullam is a cave with David after he slay Goliath and they were running from Saul. Went in this cave called Adullam. So Adullam is like pretty much a place where you go to find yourself.
Right.
To find out who you're supposed to be, to give you direction, to put you on a path as far as, okay, this is why you're gonna be, this is why you're gonna believe in, this is why I'm gonna put my faith in, this is why I'm gonna put my trust in. So I just resonate that story to mine.
Right.
As far as I was in a dark place, I just start and in Adullam he was in a cave with like over 400 soldiers.
Right.
And commanding everybody. So I started being on the phone late night with like two of my partners them. So I just call them my soldiers, two of my soldiers. So we just start talking about back in the days, all the fuck that we don't do, the stories we know. So at this time too, I watching Power, I watching The Wire, I watching Snowfall. But the one that really inspired me to really do it was Top Boy. Top Boy is we.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The tag, the accent, how they moving, every
Right.
fuck.
Right.
That's we.
Right.
So when I start watching Top Boy and then we having these conversations over the phone, they're like, you know what? We need to document this, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I just start writing out certain things, start listening more to the conversation, start getting these men to open up some more. Then I call other man to interview them. I say, tell me a story, man. Tell me how that story went. Because I know certain man went in jail for certain things that come out. And I say, okay, let me tell me how that story went, man. Because a lot of people, VI people we seen a lot of the stories, well, a lot of the arrests in like VI Consortium, the Daily News. But you ain't know the backstory of the how this transpire.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or who these people is.
Yeah.
So I just decided to write a story and just document from beginning to a certain point in life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, and the characters, like I said, I use a lot of my deceased partner and family and friends
Yeah.
names to not implicate people. You know what I mean, and
Right.
to kind of just give it a little edge, keep their names alive as well too, and
Right.
their memories alive as well too. So when I just start writing, I just start gathering a lot of information. I just start putting it together, and I just come up with Dark Paradise.
Dope.
Yeah, yeah.
Dope.
Awesome read. I read. I like to read. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I feel like it'll take you places. Right now, growing up, my first real favorite show, Reading Rainbow.
Yeah.
Yeah, because living in St. Thomas, you just in St. Thomas, and then
Yeah, that take you. That definitely
it took me in my
place.
mind. I had travel in my mind. You know what I mean? Some girl recommend a book, and Reading Rainbow. She from China.
Yeah.
And then that's how I know about the Great Wall. Through Reading Rainbow and just the books.
Yeah,
You check on the book that I recommend. I had a bookstore in Havenside. I don't know, probably still in my mother used to take me there to get books. You know what I mean? And then I was reading, bro. I read you know Monster Cody book. You ever
Yeah, the
Monster
Monster
Cody?
Cody, boy.
I read that
I
book
read
when I was like 9.
Yeah.
Crazy. This is why I read it at 9, you know. Then I get this other book called Cafe Boy in Apartheid, South Africa. I read that book when I was 10.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I wouldn't even leave my children and read this book at 10. You know what I mean? But I was just, that's how I gained a lot of knowledge. And like just knowing sorting. And it was crazy because the course of knowledge is when you know certain things and people don't know it, then they be like, you think you know everything.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know everything, you know. I just know a little bit more than you. You know what I mean? And I want to know more. You know what I mean? You should want to know more too. Cause I never listen to nobody thinking they know everything. You know?
Exactly.
I listen to them thinking like I want to know what you know. I going to add this set to my file. You know what I mean? So that's the course that come with it. You know what I mean? Especially when you're around people who ain't thirsty for the knowledge like that. So reading always have been my thing. So as I get on the phone, I download it, I read it. I read it twice on the plane because it was confusing me. Because I was like, I know too much. You know what I mean? What's going on? You know what I mean? But
Give the audience a little overview without giving it away too much about like what Dark Paradise is about, what it represents.
Well, it pretty much represents, it's a story that about 3 youths growing up in the Virgin Islands from the ghettos, from the PMP community, and they going through the trials and tribulations of youths in that era, in that crack era between the 80s and 90s era. So they're growing up in this era and doing what's necessary to gain kind of notoriety or gain just a status.
A status,
You know what I mean? It's like getting a certain status, and then it goes into all the drama and the beef that start from when it's youth to adulthood and all the prison, the jail sentence. Just the basics of what we went through when we were growing up. Pretty much, it's based off of true events. So
yeah, the Jamaica situation was crazy.
Yeah, and that's so crazy. That's one of my partner's actual story.
Yeah.
Yeah. When he telling me the story, like, wow, like, this is wild. This is going to be interesting.
Stuck down in Jamaica?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man.
In a Jamaican jail?
Yeah, man. The man
I
told
tell
me-
them I from St. Thomas, they thinking I from St. Thomas, Jamaica.
Yeah. The same fucking pressure, say. When you're here, and I don't when I hear pressure story too, when I do the interview, when I say I was in Adulam, he was in Adulam the same way.
Yeah.
When he was in punishment,
Yeah.
and he started writing.
Right.
It's the same thing. You just gotta just resonate the story to you.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, man. You just once you go in that place, in that certain place, and you lock in, and you start praying, fasting, meditating, and manifesting. And you forgo, man. You know, telling where that vision will take you, man.
Definitely. This was therapeutic for you in that
Yeah,
sense?
man. It was very therapeutic, man. It was very therapeutic because it's your own. You know what I mean? It's something you create from nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Something you create from nothing.
Yeah.
You never forget to add to
Just start.
and he's a rapper.
Yeah.
But that's what tell him. He's a rapper. He's one of the first rapper them. He get
but that's-
tape and taken.
But that's what lead me up to
Right.
Dark Paradise.
Dark Paradise, yeah.
Yeah, because when I used to rap, well, I still got little bars here and there, you know what I mean? But when I used to rap, I would really rap more about my life and my experiences.
Yeah.
So I always wanted to write a book, but I just didn't know what to write about.
Right.
Or the direction. I didn't want to make it too personal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I wanted to make it more exciting and involve a lot more people, a lot more characters, because I definitely want to make it visual.
Yeah.
So that's the ultimate goal. The point making it visual. So I didn't want to make it too personal, man.
Yeah.
So I just start writing, and then it just come together.
Yeah.
It just come together. So I just make it a story where in how the characters live their everyday life. So you can't really try and figure it out.
Yeah.
You just enjoy the story.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Enjoy the story for what it is. Because
Yeah.
if you try put two and two together, you're gonna be like, that ain't how that went.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
ain't
how
how
he
that
was
that ain't
and
how
that's
that-
how I was.
Yeah.
That's how I read it
you-
twice.
You ain't the only one. A lot of people don't hear that people that it is book full of lies, and I like, how is lies if it's a make-up story?
Exactly.
Right.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, man, it's like, I don't
Because
know,
you know, they had a similarity, like when they start
Yeah.
A, B, C, then they go to Z. You know what I mean? So I could see how they, because that's all I was thinking first, you know. But I had to reset myself and say,
Yeah.
okay, it's a fiction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I
Forget
mean?
everything
It is-
you know and just read
Yeah,
the
forget
book.
everything
Yeah,
you know. You have
no.
some loosely based facts in there, yes,
Yeah.
but it is a fiction. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And how I look at the book, like I say, it's not to glamorize what they're doing. You know? It's the fact that he write a book, certain people names cemented in history. It's on paper, this book gonna be around way after we gone. You know what I mean? Somebody from where I from that went through tribulation write a book.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is what he's saying, right? They get people from dark paradise who went through so much that accomplished so much. And I had to look to these people for inspiration. And not to say you could look inspiration for anybody, but I get people who never commit a crime in their life and do nothing wrong in their life, have never contributed to the society.
You know anybody that write a book personally?
Not personally.
You had
but
to figure all this shit out.
this shit on my own.
You had to figure out
Everything.
editing,
Everything.
editor,
Every-
publisher, all them things.
Everything.
Nobody
From the
teach you that
scratch.
stuff.
Nobody teach me nothing. I just research.
You had no example.
No example, nothing. I just research it. I just went.
Yeah.
I just say I'm gonna write a book, write it one day, and then I say, you know what, I gotta publish it. So I don't write the book, so I say, okay, I gotta publish it now. So I went online, look up certain publishing companies, see how much I want to pay. You know what I mean? 'Cause if I make a budget, send myself a budget, so how much I want to pay, and send it in to them, and they send it back. And I mean, we start the process from there. I researched the cover because I had a certain vision of how I wanted it to actually look.
Yeah.
And when I researching the pictures from the Virgin Island, that picture show up.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's like a lot of shit that we talking about in the book happened right around
in
that
that
area.
area,
Yeah, man. So well, you know, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, perfect. So I end up submitting that. Then I find it's so crazy. The picture on the back is actually the ghettos.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right
the
there,
ghettos
and they
and
have a
the
cruise
small
ship.
court, yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean a cruise
Like
ship.
in the
So,
background.
yeah, it symbolizes the dark paradise.
Yeah.
The cruise ship right in the background. So
Yeah.
it's so crazy how people won't realize how close the projects is to like paradise. So
Yeah.
the
Right.
hotels, the
Yeah.
beachfront, right across the street.
Right
You know what I
across
mean?
the
So,
street.
yeah, so it was a process, man. So once you come back from publishing, kind of messed up on the publishing because I was so anxious to put it back out. Instead of rereading it and making sure the grammar, everything correct, I listened to it. You know what I mean? And audio. And I like, man, you ready to go, man. So I just put it out. So that's my bad. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it's
the first one.
learning. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a learning process.
You plan to write more books?
Hey, I could write a book. I want to do a book series.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to follow up on it.
I follow up on this?
Yeah.
Okay.
I follow up on that. Yeah.
Hopefully I make it in it, my son.
Yeah.
Oh, I make it in it.
Yeah. I know you get stories.
True.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you definitely know you get stories. So
Yeah.
yeah, you will definitely make it.
Oh, you
happen,
signed the
man.
book for us and all?
No, man, you don't get your own
I
copy.
don't get my
That's-
own copy.
Yeah. me
Oh, so
don't
you
know.
get us a Kyle?
Yeah, if Kyle want it, but we thought Kyle don't have
I
it
don't have
already
a
too.
book.
Yeah,
I
he
don't
don't-
support
yeah.
it. I don't buy my book long time.
Yeah, man.
Buy my book. I don't be asking for. Give me a book now.
I didn't. Who? My boy
You pay for
called
a
me
book?
one time. Yeah, I did.
Okay, good.
I did pay for my book.
Good.
Yeah, my boy, you crazy, my boy. Tell me about the book one time.
One time,
I buy the
yeah,
book
yeah.
one time.
Yeah, when I
and I tell and he asked me if I read it.
Yeah.
But say what it is I wanted to do. I wanted to do the interview online like what I used to do. But then I don't know what we had coming. So I keep telling him, that's cool, wait, man, we're going to dig the right way to check because you know how we don't live.
Yeah,
check, we
yeah,
want to give who deserve flowers, their flowers, and because the kind of say it all the time. and the show and the cast, right? It's like we such a small community and we da see people every day so much that Kyle is a normal person, right? Like in a sense, like he don't toot his own hand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Carry himself normal. He don't be around you moving like he bigger than you.
Yeah.
But he's a well accomplished person.
Yeah.
And then he doing great things to forward the future of the community.
Yeah.
What I won't do, I gonna wait for somebody from England to big up the star.
Yeah.
The person who accomplished something. No. So when I see you, one, it is you come from where I come from. That big homie to me. I see where you come from. I see where you're going. In my mind, if I have a platform, and this for anybody, you don't have to be my big homie. You don't have to be somebody I personally know.
Exactly.
But I want to recognize people because, you know, people are get complacent with the people who that actually move the society forward. And if you do that, then the youth ain't have no inspiration. You see Jenna Sarah in the store every day. If you ain't bigging her up, then your young daughter don't know she could become that.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you minimizing it, not consciously, you know, just subconsciously. So intentionally, I want to put a spotlight and a shine on people who actually making progress. And especially if I know it could inspire a youth man to say, well, you know what, man? If Blasta could make that change, bro, I could make that change. You know what I mean? If Blasta in a chair, I in a chair too, I could do something. I have a place for me where I could sit down under the lights and tell my story. I could impact people in a different way. That's the purpose of it, you know what I mean? And to educate and just uplift everybody in the world. Like, it don't have to just be Virgin Island. This is what we have access to, you know what I mean? But if we could celebrate it and have conversations and learning situations out of it, then that's a win for me. You know what I mean? And I just feel like as my father in a future level. If my father had a podcast and my father had a mic, he'd have been dealing, you know, he had a basketball and a court and some nets. And that's how we get you to youth, or how we, you know, like create a space for you to feel like somebody. You know what I mean? So for me, it's just the same thing. I just don't have a basketball. I got a camera and a mic. You know what I mean? But I want people to know who the legends is and who the people them is that actually been through things. And it ain't, man, the Virgin Islands is a place of you like you could, with I guess the violence that be so normal.
Man, it's
like it's expected. You know what I mean?
It's crazy.
So, and I think that come from a lot of people don't know the root cause of it. So when we talking to you, we could see the root cause of it. You know what I mean?
Let me ask you a question, brother. Your pops went in jail when you were young. He had ever come out, or?
Yeah, my father been in and out of prison pretty much my whole life. You know what I mean?
So even after you get paralyzed and things, pops were out. What a relationship was like?
He went in jail when I got paralyzed, actually.
Yeah, but he ended up coming out?
Yeah,
no?
he ended up coming out. Did he stay out? Yeah, he ended up coming out, and then he ended up going back in, actually, after he came out. But he been out for a while now, and he good, man. He on the straight and narrow, man.
How our relationship was?
My own relationship, I always idolized my father. You know what I mean? Because he from what I inspired to be.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So I always, anytime I see my father, I would put a smile on my face. I would be happy. And he was doing his thing, so my pockets them stay fat. He's a youth. 11, 12 years old, I walking around with a net. My pocket. You know what I mean? So he just blessing me. So and I know that was the first time I ever seen a triple beam scale. First time I ever see walk on a scale. All the time me know what it is because I so young still, but as I go older and I seen things and hearing things, I know what it is. You know what I mean? So I would definitely look up to him, but he was a real bona fide street man. A real bona fide street man.
You have sons or daughters?
I have a daughter.
And so you just break that cycle?
Yeah.
You ain't going to jail.
No, man, she
you ain't going, and
she
she
far
ain't
from
going.
that wall.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what you don't want to.
Yeah, that's what you want. Yeah. You want to remove them far from that wall. You want to remove them far from the wall because the wall of violence, period, is like a wall. is I would equate it for, I would say it would come from as far back as slavery.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's from the slave masters, their way of communication or punishment is beating,
Right.
beating. And as we grow in generation, our grandfathers or my grandmothers beating. So that's the way of punishment.
Yeah.
So when we get older, our conflict of resolution is going to be what? Beating. You know what I mean? So violence to me is like a learned behavior.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's something that we gotta really challenge ourselves to.
People will be like, well, my mother beat me.
Yeah.
And I turn out good. And I always say that. Some of my
Brian
partner
mother
them,
beat him.
Yeah.
And we're in this situation right now.
some of my partner them that I grew up with, right? That used to get beat bad. And my mother and them used to play with them. And them man doing life right now.
Yeah. That's what I'm
So
saying.
like, you could say one and say two, oh, my mother beat me and I turn out good. But yeah, his mother beat him and he turn out bad.
B, them people is nasty people. They ain't commit no crimes.
Yeah.
But when you talk to them people and you see how their conflict resolution skills is, they might not commit violence, but they're going to do other undermining things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they are say that. People that say I get beat and mean, no, you ain't went to jail.
Yeah.
You ain't shoot a gun.
Yeah.
But you foul out
Yeah,
there.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's like you said, going back to the slave master, them, they used to beat the slaves.
Yeah,
They
but
weren't
they
beating
beat-
their children.
Right.
Perfect, right there. That's why they had time out now.
Yes.
That's why they get
So
time
imagine
out.
that you beating the slaves,
yeah.
but the man ain't beating their children. And what
beating
we
the
doing?
children.
Beating up our children.
Our children,
So,
yep.
and their children don't have to struggle with no trauma.
Exactly.
No trauma,
Your
exactly.
children have to process
Ah,
and struggle
yeah.
trauma and then get old and forgive you. Like,
And-
oh, I
and-
didn't
and
forgive
make-
my mother. I
And makes two
understand.
decisions.
Right.
Carry on the beating
Yeah.
or break it.
break
Face
it,
that trauma and say, you know what, I'm going to break it and I'm going to
Yeah,
stop doing it.
yeah.
I think beating is just a lack of patience, man.
Facts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, I just see it all the time. I see from my mother. I see from other parents my age. It's just, and I get frustrated. You know what I mean? Talking
Talking,
all the time. But you gotta have that strength to say. I always say Sam Daly never beat me to learn how to feel a ball, you know. And I fumbling the ball all the time, making error all the time. But through repetition and conversation and opportunity and patience from him, I learn how to feel the ball. I learn how to swing the bat. I learn how to throw the ball properly. So, but the wall set up for parents, the wall, like, it's so hard economically that your parents them gone and working so hard, they don't have the time. You know what I mean? So, and not making an excuse for them, you know.
Yeah, no,
I could
that's
see where the
where it
lack
come
of patience
from.
and
Yeah,
frustration will come in.
Yeah.
That I talking to you all the time. But to me, you're just teaching your child how to conflict resolute is by pointing their hand at somebody else. And especially for me, like if you have daughters, I don't want my daughter to ever think that somebody pointing their hands on her
Is love.
Okay.
is love. And I try and show you the right way and I try and get you to understand. So I don't even want, I afraid to introduce that mentality to them at all.
At any level.
On any level.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And then mask it as parenting.
Yeah, exactly.
Nah, I ain't not trying to raise you to be a child. You know? I'm trying to raise you to be an adult. So I raising you thinking ahead, not in the moment, in your childlike ways. And like I say, I remember, and this is what I started off like that, you know, bro. But then I spanking my daughter them for spilling juice on the rug. Yeah, bro. But bro, why I putting my daughter them on the rug with the juice? And they know they young and they clumsy and they ain't paying attention. They don't care about my damn rug and what they gonna charge me when they come out the apartment. They don't. That's not on their mind. So I really honestly setting
put
them
them
up for
up-
failure
exactly. Put them
and
in a
then being
position to
angry
fail.
for
Yep.
setting them up for failure and then
They failing.
spanking them for. I said, so you know what? I go put you by the table.
Yeah, right away.
You spoil thing on that table, they wipe off.
Yeah.
We good.
Yeah,
And that's when my mind started to change. I'm like, okay, you know what? Let me start putting you in a position to be successful. You check? But I could still see the residual effects of how I start off in them.
Yeah.
And I work double time to undo it.
Yeah,
I have to because I don't want them to carry that into their children. Them, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
The reason I asked about your pops is because, like you said, that was the example, pretty much. So, like, as a father, I might have feel somewhat responsible for my son picking up a gun, selling drugs, getting caught up in this life to the point where he can't walk no more.
Yeah.
You and your father ever had that conversation at all?
Nah, we never had a conversation. Because we never really had a deep conversation like to that level because I the type of person that I don't put blame on people.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I know what I was
You
doing.
know what you were doing.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I know what I was doing. I know what I was into. Even at a young age, I always know what I was into.
Yeah.
I knew who I was at that moment. So I wouldn't put no blame on my parents or anything like that for how I turned out.
Yeah.
Because I knew right from wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, that you know choices. You have choices.
Yeah.
You just have to make the right choices.
Yeah.
I was just down the wrong path, just making the wrong choices.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just what it was. So, and back to the violence part with the children, I think where you come to a point where the children them could comprehend. You know what I mean? Comprehend to a level where they understanding. And then the understanding right from wrong. When you gotta stop that excessive beating.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because excessive beating, like I said, a lot of it will start from our parents.
Yeah.
Right.
A lot of parents screw up a lot of children out there, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of them. So
Facts.
yeah, so that's what it is, man. So
Yeah. When Kai was talking about if your father had any responsibility, you know, I find it hard in these times. All these youth get gun, Kyle, right? And then they'll be like, why you don't tell them, man, put on the gun? And in my mind, I'll be so afraid, like, so what I know for sure is that the people them who don't like him want to kill him. I ain't telling you to put on the gun. I might tell you change the environment, move away, start moving in different circles. You don't have to tell a man you ain't into nothing really, you know. When he see you start moving different, depend on the car. Well, some man ain't taking sorry and ain't can't let certain things go. But that's when you got to change your environment. Don't mind that man tell you run to the States and live. Yeah.
Got to.
live.
I tell man all the time, everybody who you glorify, them are dead, you know. I turn 40.
Yeah.
Do that. Let me see you do that. Try that.
Exactly.
Make that happen, no? Then I'm going to respect you. You check? Because the object of the game is to stay alive. You know what I mean? So I would always tell man, I ain't going to tell you to put on your gun.
Yeah.
Because the minute I tell you put on your gun and you read it, and then you put on your gun and you come back outside, then man get a drop and you can't defend your life. I don't want to see you go like that. And I don't know what your reasons is or why your problems is. I can't speak to it. That man pain might be his pain and your pain might be your pain. What I could tell you is change the environment. You know what I mean? Move away, start fresh. You know what I mean? Leave some time pass. Get older. Cooler heads might prevail. Because you ain't into it, we're wrong the field, man, right now. You know what I mean? It's just time. You know what I mean? Man get old and what we gonna do? You know what I mean? So I find it hard to tell you to put on the gun. I want to try and tell them change the environment, what you're into. My thing is perspective, how you choose to look at the situation.
And messaging.
You know what I mean?
Messaging is important.
Yeah,
because
very
it's
much.
easy to say, put on the gun, but you ain't, like Red said, you ain't know what environment. Well, you know why he have the gun for.
Right.
You check? So you tell him, man, put on the gun and nothing else. That's like me with my financial literacy when I gain in the hood them and stuff, and I telling these man, yo, you ain't got. Think about how hard it is to sell weed, right? Or any type of illegal substance. You can't sell it on any black. You can't go on any black, pull up and sell this product, right? You gotta run from the apps. Well, not run, but you gotta look out for the apps. You gotta look out for the cops.
Challenges.
And all these different challenges. And are you still successful doing this? Imagine if you bring that energy over here to something legal, bro, that don't have the amount of restrictions that this have on it. Imagine like the marketing genius that you is. If you apply that here, you're gonna succeed. You're gonna go
be the
further.
next Donald Trump.
You're gonna go further in life. You know what I mean? Nobody trying to kill you for selling a t-shirt. Nobody trying to throw you under the jail for selling a t-shirt. You check? So that's why, like I said, message is important. 'Cause I can't go tell a man, stop selling weed. I gonna feed him? I ain't feeding him. So you gotta replace it with something else. You check? And it's like the same thing with a gun. You can't just tell him, I put on your gun. You gotta change your environment. And then you put yourself in an environment where you gonna feel like you don't even need to carry a gun. And then that's the same objective there. That's the same accomplishment.
Definitely.
You check? So
Yep.
Just perspective is everything, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're gonna jump into the currency bag now.
We're going to jump into the currency bag.
All right, cool.
You ready for hey, friendships have ended. You know what I mean?
That's serious?
I've been, you've been a big homie for a long time. I hate to have to drop the big homie and just call you blast after this. You know what I mean? Because make sure you answer these questions there correctly.
No pressure.
You know what I mean? Yeah, that's why I tell you straight. It's a real sensitive situation. You know what I mean?
Let it go.
Okay, go Kyle.
Let me think. I'm trying to think of a good one. Let me see.
Let's start off rough one time. Pineapple tart, coconut tart, or guava tart?
You fucking around.
Pineapple. That's you? That's your
Thank
choice?
you, my brother.
see.
You know what I mean? I know we were destined. You know what I mean?
I think pineapple more for the elite.
I tell them, man, it's
coconut is like-
exotic, dog.
Yeah, coconut is regular.
Yeah, the
Everybody
fall
knows
out the
coconut.
tree right there.
Yeah.
That's
I
a
used-
regular
I used to
thing.
fuck- I used to par with this one. This for
Yeah.
my dog.
Yeah.
This for my dog.
We ain't gonna
Is
miss
that
you,
serious?
Kyle.
He drink the propaganda
serious?
juice from this mother skirt.
We ain't gonna miss you.
Is that serious?
It's that serious.
dog.
What?
Yeah, it's
That's
a name tart friendship, you know.
Yeah.
Name tart wars.
Let me ask you a question. You ever see a pineapple tart in growing any place in the VA?
Pineapple tart.
Not
can't
pineapple
grow.
tart. Pineapple.
A pineapple.
You ever see a
growing?
pineapple? You ever been running in the bush and see a pineapple?
Nah, you
You ever
got
climb a pineapple tree?
no, but
You ever throw a pineapple after somebody?
no, but that's what I'm telling you. It's elite.
It's
you
not.
gotta go in somebody's yard. But growing a pineapple to see a pineapple, somebody got in a yard.
That's
Now,
what I'm telling
who
you.
really taking care of the garden and you know what I'm
With
saying?
that being said, pineapple ain't even grown in the Virgin Islands.
Bro, it's the Kim Kardashian
So this is
tarts,
what
bro.
I try to show. It ain't a
Check
tart, it's a
exotic.
pie. It's a pie, my boy.
It's a pie?
It's a pie.
No, that's a
It need to be disqualified from the conversation.
no, it's a tart.
It's not. It's not. It's a pie.
You know,
It's a pie.
It's elite.
it's
I think
elite.
Yeah, it's elite.
It's elite.
All right, brother.
Pineapple
let me-
tart and guava berry tart is for the elite.
Yeah, see?
You can't even pick one. Like, what are you even talking about?
No, I
you gotta choose.
Pick one, Sony.
Pick a
What side
side.
you want?
Pick
My-
a side.
my
right now.
favorite-
No, we ask you that. Pick a side.
Take a pineapple team all day.
All right,
Pineapple,
cut
yeah.
home mic for me, Cody. Like
Yeah.
we don't want to hear from she for the rest of the podcast. Cut home mic. All right, boom. All right, you don't violate with that. So let me ask you this now. I try and think of something that ain't gonna be that obvious. Damn. See, I get to myself. I don't know all the questions.
Yeah.
I don't know the answers. All of these.
Yeah.
You check.
It
I
may
go- I
surprise
go-
you.
I gonna ask it anyway. Tongue country.
Tongue?
Yeah,
Of course.
tongue or country?
Tongue?
Tongue.
Yeah.
Of course.
Ken or high school?
High school, of course. Come on.
We should have went and shoot up high school. Ken. I
You have no
mean,
beef with a Ken,
you
man.
put a blemish. You put a blemish on our record.
You have no beef with a Ken, man.
I'm not advocating for anybody to shoot up any schools.
No.
Okay,
At all.
just
Yeah, we
friendly
just
banter.
talking
We
fuck
talking
guys.
crazy,
We
okay?
just talking
We don't
whack
believe
up
in violence.
At all.
We love all our Ken family.
No.
Let me tell you a story about Ken. I had a dude, right, that used to go high school with us. He was slow, like remedial.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know the man went to Ken and graduate valedictorian?
What?
So I try and tell you.
What I trying to say about high school? What I say about high school?
Huh?
What I say about high school?
The curriculum tough. You know what I mean? He went
Oh,
all the way
only strong could
easy.
survive. Only
Yeah,
strong,
only
yeah,
strong
yeah.
survive. So he went to the alternative school. Because we don't say Charlotte Amali, we just say high school. Even in Cruz.
Even in Cruz.
When we say high school, they know
They
what
know
it
what it
is.
is.
You know what I'm saying? It's the
It's
Mecca
a OG.
education.
It's an OG.
Yeah, that's it. You know what I mean?
Definitely
So
the
that's
greats
just
come
I
out
have to put out there for them people who went to the mustard school.
Mustard.
Yeah, it's like mustard and some other color.
Lock out the Doba.
Lacquard, of course.
We already know he went
Yeah.
like, come on, so
Yeah,
like,
you already know.
He might
So
not
he
went
slick, you
Doba
know.
like you. I
So
mean,
he
come
not
on,
slick, you
man.
know,
I
yeah.
mean,
So he
come
went
on.
Doba too.
That's
So
Doba
you-
slang
No,
that she
I
trying
went
to set up.
Lockwood,
with.
but did you not
Ask
go to...
Sony, how come she ain't went Lacquard no more with us? How come she had to switch to Doba?
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Wait, Sony went Doba?
Ask her.
No, you went
no,
to-
she went to
I-
no, she went to
I went Lockwood school, but I graduate elementary from Sibylle.
Yeah, ask her how come she went to Billie.
Sibley.
Yeah,
You know
ask
what
her.
the black person
Tell
Sibley?
the story, so what
Like Frenchie
happened?
out there. Wait, what happened?
No, nothing happened.
Okay.
Something happened. Tell the story.
The ghetto youth in me come out.
Oh, you beat up somebody and like, oh, fuck
Yeah.
She won't forgive
I'm
me.
telling you. Don't mind her, but she gangster,
Hey,
you know.
so they
Yeah.
go 4'2".
Next
I
school,
don't
next
remember
school.
that far back, but the ghetto youth in me come out.
You know, get out of here.
Get
Yeah.
out.
How
Sit
you-
on the hill.
Eh,
Sit on the
yeah,
hill
normally,
with Frenchie
right?
them.
Yeah, normally, right? Like how you went, them are like how you get out of Laco school.
And that's where
You know
why
what
a
I mean?
heap of
Yeah.
bad man come out.
Yeah, them are you gotta get out of here.
Yeah, look at you different or something. Wow.
You smart in them, but you gotta get out of
Yeah,
here.
yeah, get out of
Get
here.
out of there.
All right, so now we're going to jump into the currency exchange, man. This is a portion of the show, Caribbean Currency, where we talk about what's your most valuable form of currency. So we know currency to be money, but currency could be anything. It could be love, it could be relationships, it could be knowledge, it could be time. My most valuable form of currency is knowledge. Red most valuable form of currency is relationships. What's your most valuable form of currency?
I would say creativity.
Creativity.
Yeah, because as long as I have my creativity, I could make $1.
Yeah.
I could do something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could definitely come up and make something happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, because with creativity, it could take you down many different paths.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could gain knowledge from creativity.
That's right.
Yeah, so I would say creativity.
I like that one. And that
When you're
was a
sitting all
first.
day long, you ain't got no choice but to be creative.
Christ.
Yeah, a lot of time to think.
Jesus Christ, bro.
Yeah. Just sitting wrong all day long.
That's why you mean you no sympathy for
Yeah,
her.
yeah.
I ain't no sympathy for her.
I understand, brother. I
None.
understand. Bro.
Hey, but that's the first time we had creativity.
Yeah, that's the
though.
first one.
That's
That was the
and I
first.
like that
was the first.
perspective.
I like
thing.
that one. I
You
like
know
that
what I
one.
mean?
I like
And it is true.
creativity. I know I understand why
Right.
man don't have no sympathy.
No sympathy,
for able
man.
body.
For able body.
Yeah. You out
Yeah.
there willing and able, and you can't make something shit.
You gotta really have a mental illness for me to really feel
Imagine a man
Exactly.
sitting on all day long and he's skinnier than me. And I could go on the treadmill, I could run the block.
Yeah.
He supposed to be fine,
know,
not me.
you know,
Wild times we living in,
wild
Kyle.
times, bro.
Wild times we living in.
Wild time.
Yo,
I bought
mentally lazy,
bubbles
you don't walk out,
diet.
right?
Yeah, man.
What was
That's
it? Walking
crazy.
out and thing.
Walk out, man.
What you
Pocket
did?
pool.
What you did?
Pocket pool.
Pocket.
He's a dog. Hey, he's a dog.
That's
That's the way-
Sharpshooter.
Ain't nobody safe, you know. I don't see this. Nobody safe in these
He's a
streets.
dog, son.
Nobody
That's
safe.
your favorite sport, eh? Hey, he's the worst, my son. What?
Hey,
He's the
Hey.
worst, my son.
I occupied. Very good. You know what I mean? You can't get no trouble. You know what I mean? Out of the way.
He can't get no trouble, my son.
Hey, man. Hey, listen, man. Bro, it's been a pleasure. I don't know there's going to be many more of, you can only use an art and a creator as well, you
Creative.
know what I mean? And I at some point, I know you see, big up to the Noel brothers, Shad and Tristan them, and they set Aquino doing their movie in St. Croix with these guys. So I know, you know, when you combine with those guys, I want that film to be successful. Then it allows the creators like you and the storytellers like you to pitch certain things and give us the top boys at the Virgin Islands. You know what I mean? So like, I know you're gonna be back on the show again. I know you're gonna be back behind this camera with us again. I already know just how you like I say, short you're an entrepreneur.
Creative.
You know, creative. You know what I
Creativity
mean?
don't stop.
Right.
It
I
don't
want people,
expire.
and the thing about it is, when you create this book, you feed people in it. You know, putting money in people's pocket. You know, is an economical base, and that's what we need. A lot of more, you know, African economic bases of people creating opportunities for people to make money and thrive. Because when you start to make money, then it's come see Kyle, how to deal with your money and put your money in the right places and stuff like that. Buy a house, you go see Sony.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
and so and that's the thing, you want the money to circulate within the community and still have more coming in.
Right.
So it's a blessing who you become. People could look at your story and try to ignore who you is now and harp on what you've done. And you know what I mean? It's not like paying a debt to society, but you've contributed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To a point where it's like, okay, I understand, you know, what pain I might have caused or trauma I might have caused, but you diligently and effortlessly becoming an inspiration and leading a good life. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I'm glad to have you on, as always, and, you know, talk and reason. What we're going to do, since you name Bubbles, I'm going to talk to the people now with the balloon pop thing. You
Yeah,
check?
Bubbles edition.
The Bubbles edition.
Yes, sir.
Roll out in the wheelchair, see how many pops you get. I'm sure you don't get no pops at all.
No pops, man.
You know what I mean? 'Cause
Nah.
woman love a man with wheels.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You check. So it's like, there's a man out there walking, get it right. You know what I mean? You know that kind of hoe. So,
Hey man, you call that too, man.
Love,
I
love.
appreciate it, man.
Yeah, you call that.
Love
Yeah, I
that,
do. I do. Cause coming from the ghetto, you know, we's a diamond in the rough, man.
Man.
For sure.
They say we get to people at one point. We had a stigma where we don't only kill people or sell drugs.
Yeah.
Hey, look.
So they realized
can't say that
they had
no more.
nods in the ghettos.
I tell you.
You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
And regular people in the ghettos. So
Definitely.
I don't want to try to tell people how easy it is to get caught up in the ghetto.
Yeah.
Before my time and in my time, for sure, right? And I think like people like get so comfortable with it being around, they don't really know how easy, accessible things was for you to. All our elders as men were in the street. The majority who we see every day, from my father going down. You know what I mean? These is good men. You know? When you talk to them, it's good men, you know. But in the world that they had to gain to feed people comes with a different set of rules that they have to survive.
Yeah.
And then when you see tragedy happen, then you class them as that. You know them from that. But it was hard.
yeah.
You know what I mean? In the moments, it don't feel hard. You don't see the normal. All of we going through this thing together, you know? So it
Generation.
ain't like what Kyle over there living good, Redman over there living good, Trevor over there living good. Everybody. What?
And I always say, right?
We have to share sugar.
Yeah, the man.
Go up there and take the syrup. But I think she ain't got no syrup. Auntie Margaret, Aunt Lucy. You know what I mean? And them is normal thing for us. You think that's what we do? That's what people do, right? We just go get the sugar from Aunt Lucy, but really and truly, you go get the sugar because it's hard time. Your household can't even buy a pound of sugar. You know what I mean? But we live in such a fun life. It's so crazy, right? We live in a fun life, you know.
We realize
In the darkest part, we don't even know what's going on around us. Every couple of times, shot bus, you run, you do stuff like that. But it's so sad that it become a norm.
It's only when my mother started getting church, right? And
Yeah.
she started bringing me wrong other people outside of the ghettos. And I start like sleeping over by their house and I walking in their house and
Yeah.
living like this?
Yeah, I live in good.
People live like this on this island?
Yeah.
That's when I start, because in the projects, I have what he have. He have what I have. Ain't nobody better than nobody.
Yeah.
We get the same size apartment, same color. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like ain't nobody better than nobody. So it's like, or living better than nobody. So it's like when I got exposed to that at a young age, when I see how other people were living, and as you start to get older and you go to other people's houses, like that's when it become real to you. Like, yo, we struggling.
Yeah.
You check, but we don't feel it.
Don't feel it.
You don't
You know what?
feel
And
it.
you know, growing up in the ghettos, right? It was detriment in the sense that they say, right? Bro, you really never had to leave that area. They get more people outside the ghetto know the island better than me.
Yeah.
I never really had to. I went high school.
Across the street.
I went Lacrosse School.
Across the street.
I went Kishawnie Avenue.
Across the street.
Pueblo right there.
Across
Grand
the street.
Union right there.
Across the street.
McDonald's right there.
Across the
Winnie's
street.
right there. Foot Action right there. Everything you need.
Chinese,
PLS,
KFC,
everything.
Fruit
I never
Bowl,
had to go
pharmacy.
anywhere. And we jump off the bit to swim.
Exactly.
So not like, you know what I mean?
You had to go too
So
far.
every time my father leave the ghetto to go see his other family member, them and were like traveling to another country for me. You know what I mean? And that is like a bubble that you'd have been in for a long time. Really, the bubble break for me when I went middle school. And I went conquering. That's when I start to really like meet other people like on a different level and see how other people were living similarly but have a different code of ethics from us, you know what I mean? And the place was just segregated like that.
Yeah, and I say that too when I was growing up. The only plan of them was ghetto and housing, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, ghetto man and housing, man. That was my only plan of them.
Proximity.
Because I went really into sports and stuff like that to really branch out, moving around.
Because how
island
else you
like
will
that.
see man from Ras
Yeah,
Valley?
exactly.
And it's
True
true.
sport, that's the only thing. So if you ain't playing no sports, you ain't know them dude.
Yeah, you ain't know them.
You
Unless you
ain't
get
interacting with them,
family
man.
members.
And
you travel
the
to
thing
them
about it, right?
different hood.
A lot of good man that end up beefing with a lot of other good man,
Yeah.
but you just don't know them.
No,
They
exactly.
defending their
They're
partner,
fair,
you
yeah.
defending your partner, but these two man is really good, man.
man, yeah.
And now any other circumstances, they'd have been linked and they'd have been cool and probably moving toe to toe.
Yeah.
And you end up seeing it as man get older, you're like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're ramping with a Ras Valley man, you're ramping with a field man, and it's like, yeah, we could have been linked,
Yeah.
but how the island set
set
up and
up,
how it's segregated in a sense, it set up to keep us
Yeah, man. And
amongst ourselves, you know what I mean?
A lot of mad pride and stuff like that too.
Yeah,
So
and ego.
Man, ego. Man, man ain't going linking, especially you know your partner get beef with them man. You ain't trying join forces with them man and meet them man and be partner and be cool and everything. Nah, my partner before you, I before you too.
Exactly.
So that's what it was back
then,
then,
Right.
man.
Still is to a certain extent today.
Yeah.
It's just a little bit more lax now because you get internet, you could link man in. We have no internet, bro.
Cell phone.
We couldn't see what them are doing over there wrong the feeling.
Nah.
We don't know what them are doing over there. We think them are probably burning can and cooling just like us, but we ain't seen how they move. We ain't seen them on character. We ain't hearing them on words to see if they wise or not wise or he's stupid or this man there got head on him. You know what I mean? He seem cool. They ain't had none of that.
None.
When you go to school, you're going to find out.
no,
I remember when we were going Conquer, right? Uncle, we were sitting on the court and cat brother uncle were like, oh, I'm going Vietnam. And I was like, Vietnam? You know what I mean? He's like, yeah, serious down there. Nah. And I'm like, I ain't 6th grade, bro. Like, what do you mean it's serious? You know what I mean? Like, I go in 7th grade. I 12.
Exactly.
I gone down there, I get man with bed. Big grown man.
Yeah.
And man get knife and gun in the bag. And I like, this is 7th grade. Bro, like, I a child. Like, you know what I mean?
I ain't keeping up. That's what they used to call Concrane School, middle, junior high in St. Thomas, Vietnam.
The ambulance coming and picking up man and he lungs hanging out. And I like, I'm a
Talk
child.
about trauma,
Yeah,
son.
son. Yeah.
You check, and this is the norm.
Yeah, that's a norm.
You know what I mean? And so now we're looking at it today like, how come some of these dudes is this way, or how come some of these dudes are aggressive, or how come whatever issues man have is like, bro, we were children, bro. But you seen it as normal. But when you really think about it, it's traumatic. And man is sitting on talking about it, trying to make you feel sorry for them and be like, man, I went through a lot of trauma, but it's PTSD that.
Man,
You know what I mean? Sometimes when man kill other man, right? It's like, I don't have the time to wait to see if you really like that, you know.
Yeah.
Because the time I take to do that, you won't kill
Kill
me.
me, yeah.
So I won't boss. No.
Yeah.
And then you read it in the newspaper and you be like, oh, this is a sentence killing. And to an extent, yeah, it could have probably been resolved. But which one I want to get in between the bullet them to resolve it?
At that
It's
point,
so easy for you to stand on the sideline and say it could be resolved. And then which one are you in his shoes when that fear bubble up in his chest to say, I go live.
Yeah.
I rather go do life. You know what I mean? Them is real things that people are dismiss them, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they don't take in account that peer pressure and say you gotta go through.
After that man jump you up blue beds,
Yeah.
that don't mean that's the end of that. They see you and beat you again. They might kill you next time.
Yeah.
Post that when they gun butcher, they hit your temple and you're dead up there on the hill. You know what I mean? So they have to think about, and remember now, you know, he in high school, he 15 years old, thinking to himself, listen, it's serious. Okay? That man get gun, that man butting me off, that man done looking to stab me, got a couple incidents, that man behind on me, that man could have killed me, not jam if a man didn't tell me, stab me the wrong way.
Wrong
So what I supposed to do now? Keep gambling with my life. oh, well, go tell somebody. What telling somebody that do?
Who we gonna tell?
Turn me a rat, make
Exactly.
me even more of a target.
target.
You
Exactly.
ain't defending nothing. You ain't have,
Exactly.
you ain't, that in a society you create for me to go tell.
Exactly.
You create a society for me to make sure I stay alive, and that's what I want and do. You know what I mean? Not glorifying it, I just telling you what the reality, raw reason on everything, man. So I just glad you were able to come on and tell a story, man, and let the people, you know, who don't know, now know, and who didn't know before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And who know.
Yeah,
You know?
a lot of the drama, what be going on too, that be revenge killing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you kill my partner, I gonna come back and kill two of your partner, then you gonna come back and kill another one. So it'll be a back and forth. So when them drama going on, like when you hear like a heap of killing, a heap of shooting going on, that's why a lot of the fuck there be. A lot
Bro,
of revenge
if I
killing.
live with you in the projects, I come in every morning, I wake up, I come in to see you. Mommy and daddy gonna work. We ain't get no cheese. We taking syrup and putting it on bread. We finding our way together. I lending your shoes, you lending my shoes, you lending my shirt. We creating a band, you know. Are you dead?
Yeah.
But and you are youth.
Yeah.
Be that pain different, you know.
Yeah.
That feeling of your partner who you get up every man with, ramp with, catch foul, whatever you do, mischief you get into, that band that you create. And then a lot of, you know that they storm me with a lot of people when I be like, are you fighting for a government? No, I just live in these government facilities. But these are the people from I open up my eyes as a youth and I know myself when I come outside and I'm playing. I know them every day. I know the mother, I know the father. Matter of fact, most of them is my family and married into my family or have children, my cousin, and I'm not fighting for the buildings.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not defending the building.
Far from
I
it.
just know when my father tell me, I gone together, I better come back together. That's all I know in my head. This is all I know.
Exactly.
If you kill Kyle tomorrow, what you think my feeling gonna be? Like they're unfortunate? Who do that?
Yeah.
Where are they? That's a pain. You pull somebody's heart out the chest.
Yeah.
And you might react to it differently. But again, we come up in a place where how you're getting beat and we learn violence. The only thing you know to solve it is like, I won't get my get back. So I don't understand them man pain. You check. So I ain't into telling them man, don't do this and don't do that. I into how do I provide resources. And for me, the music is like, if that man in the I don't care what that man saying in a mic, you know, bro. We could tackle that as they get older. That would change. Jay-Z talk about the same thing when he was 19. He don't talk about that now at 50. He evolved, right? But he had the opportunity to evolve because he didn't have to be in the street. He was in a booth, right? So I get them in a booth. So if I could, the more I could keep them man away from an everyday lifestyle because it's inevitable.
Inevitable.
Me ain't care who you is. You're out there on the street 24/7. Trust me. It come in one way, shape. Either you're going to get killed, or go to jail. It come in. If you see a man, I tell you all the time, if you see a man make it to 30 and 40, he ain't do nothing special other than be lucky. That's it. You know. You ain't know where he move, and you could ask him, well, if you move like this, that's dumb luck. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Our life already written, man.
Yeah.
That's why I look at it. Our life is already written.
Definitely.
What we go through in life is supposed to happen.
Definitely.
Right.
You just gotta navigate yourself in the right direction to where you have a positive outlook on life at the end of the day. But shit's supposed to happen. Whatever happens, it's supposed to happen.
Facts.
Yeah, man. So
Facts, brother.
that's who we is, man. But yeah, man, like I say, proud of you, man.
Man, give thanks,
man.
Much love.
I ain't remember seeing Kyle too much in passing. I know I have to see me passing in hood.
Yeah.
But I used to see he all the time. He was disgusting.
I used to go where I belong, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he used to stand.
My grandmother sent us to the store, I'll go to the store and come back. He's stopping.
Yeah.
And then no, I can't go home without him.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you have to
So I gotta go wherever the fuck he is.
Go
No.
look for me. Come back out and go look for me.
Yeah,
I got all over.
And then
Bread
we come,
done squash.
bread,
Yeah,
the egg them done crack.
Yeah, every
So now we getting licks now because where I was so
When you
long.
come back for the store, you see I shit a man play marble.
He
Put
start-
a bag on there. No. I done in the hood. So I home.
home.
Me
Yeah.
home.
Yeah.
I in hood.
Oh, yeah.
We go play some marble.
Yeah,
You
man.
check. Whole time I'm looking for the egg. You know. You check.
you playing marbles. So
Yeah, doing something,
So
man.
he used to stand out a lot. Because the man had some serious battle to me, son.
You have to get on one in. You have to get on one in. You check. You check. Yeah.
I don't mind them locks. The locks covering it up now.
He roll that one in nice.
Yeah, growing, yeah.
You roll that one in real nice. Yeah.
Yeah, great. I'm fucking so
You know, and that note, you know what I mean? Arthur, entrepreneur, Kishawnie Henry, Billy Blasta, aka Bubbles. You know what I mean?
Dark Paradise.
Dark Paradise. Tell them about to find it.
Dark Paradise. It's all over on all platforms, all reading platform, Amazon, all them platforms. Amazon will rape you though, man. So you could get it from my website.
Not literally, but
Not
figuratively.
literally. Yeah,
Okay, I don't want.
Yeah, pause. Yeah,
Amazon come and hit us a seat and no Diddy.
No Diddy.
They man come and hit us a cease and desist.
Yeah.
You check. We ain't sharing a bill with you. I'm telling you right now. Yeah.
So it's,
Be so side don't get nothing.
so it's caribcode.equit.com.
All right.
You'll
Boom.
find it. Yeah, man.
Boom. All right, brother. Pleasure having you, man.
Thanks,
Amazing
man.
conversation. You're an inspiration, bro. And pretty much when it come to not letting your circumstances become you, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you really come out here, you do your thing, you're on it, you're creative, you're constantly moving, you're constantly shaking,
Got
you're
to.
getting shit done. You check? And I inspired, bro.
Yeah, man.
But really, kind of get
Give
times when I
thanks.
don't feel like I doing too much.
Yeah.
How the fuck I could feel like I doing too much when you are here writing book and you doing all this
Yeah,
fuck? That fuck making me feel like I ain't doing enough.
Enough, right?
You check? So
I don't feel the same way
personally, you
sometimes.
inspire me, brother. Hopefully you inspire he too.
Right.
Cause
Again in the gym just now. I don't remember nothing.
Again in the
By the
gym.
time you watch this episode, I done already a slim
Yeah,
thing.
man, so you go find a different sport, man. Beside pocket pool,
Pocket
man.
ball. As a war
different
champion.
sport, man.
As a war
you
champion.
don't conquer that sport, but it's time to move on to something else.
Nah. When you're a winner, you're always a winner. Why would I try something else to be a loser?
You winning at
You
this.
check? Yeah.
Well, yo, anyways, guys, I need you to like, share, and subscribe. Subscribe, like the podcast on Facebook, Instagram, subscribe on YouTube. Go get the book today, Dark Paradise, on our platforms. This is another dope episode of Caribbean Currency, and we out of here. Peace.
Peace.
Thanks.
Just need a big bag, I'ma get it so fast, I'm so fast. And when I get that money, I'ma make that last. Caribbean currency, we make that money last. I just need a big bag, I'ma get it fast, get